Parents say it is not for kids.
Pornography in the workplace being played on TV screens, drawings.
They ransacked and took off with the family car.
People making nasty comments about women.
Virus spreading in our area, find out where.
Racial language and racist attacks.
Push the button! I'm a black ninja, fuckface!
All right, we remember. Shut up.
We smoke pot with Snoop Doggy Dogg on a daily basis.
You're talking out your ass.
There's gonna be some action today.
I'm gonna crap myself.
Oh, what a log you're gonna have. Holy shit.
The Opie and Anthony Show.
Holy shit, Yahoo, indeed.
Oh, with Opie.
I have psychosis.
Anthony.
I'm a xenophobic asshole.
Jim Norton.
I don't have the chops to do this.
And a bunch of zeros.
Good old Ben.
Steve really is love.
Perfectly enunciating bulb.
Sorry, Steve.
E-Rock!
I bring nothing to the table.
They love when Hawk fucks up.
Shut up!
But more importantly, we see Derek's balls.
You just relax. Here comes the funny.
Problem, Hawk?
My crotch is burning so bad.
Shut up!
But enough of this palaver. Let's get the show on the road.
Oh, motherfucker!
You know, you've been laying around the house a lot lately. Why don't you get a part-time job like Peter used to have?
Ding, president, ding, president, ding, president, ding, president. I gotta run, I gotta run, I gotta run, I gotta run. I work at Burger King making Playboy Whoppers. I whip paper heads. Would you like an apple pie with that? Would you like an apple pie with that?
I don't care. I don't care. I honestly don't care. If you're planning a road trip this weekend, it's time to take XM Satellite Radio along for the ride.
You dumb asshole!
What are you, a fucking moron? What is your problem, you insensitive asshole?
Hey, that's a joke, son. Don't you get it? I made a funny, son, and you're not laughing. Good morning and welcome to the Opie and Anthony program on XM Satellite Radio.
Hi.
The ONA virus spreading across America thanks to XM Satellite Radio.
And some kind of throat virus spreading through me.
Throughout your throat.
Oh, motherfucker. I cannot take this. Past 2 days. Yesterday, of course, got up a little early and had a few hours to talk. The more I talk, the better the voice gets. But today, I woke up, pretty much came right here, and wow, shot. So I took some Robitussin, and I am flying high. I don't know what's in that shit, I got a hell of a buzz on this morning, my friends.
Well, what a coincidence, because Maury Povich also has a very, very sore throat, so that should sync up nicely later on today when we talk about that.
Hello.
Hey there, you're a special little worker. You're a special assistant, aren't you? Why don't you come over here and show Maury a little something?
What's Maury doing?
Good. What do you think he's doing?
I am going on the record as saying I do not believe these allegations.
Really?
As a friend, a personal friend of Maury Povich, I cannot see this happening. I've seen the show with him and his lovely wife.
Connie.
What is it?
Connie Chung.
Wang?
Connie
Susie Chung. Harry Wang. Susie Wang. Fucking Charlie Chan. Reservoir Dogs. Minor scene. Jesus Christ. But I've seen the show. They seem like a very loving, warm couple together. Oof. Do they seem like they never even touch?
Yeah, it's a strange relationship they have. That TV show's awful.
Maury listens.
It's an awful show.
Maury, I love the program. I love the show.
It's an awful program.
And I don't believe the allegations.
They have the warmth of point counterpoint.
Exactly. It has
Sometimes they look into each other's eyes.
It has that odd feel to it. So, I'm trying to figure this out. Where are we broadcasting from today?
Where is this? Let me look.
Oh, okay. We're at XM. So we don't have to kiss CBS's ass today. Let's be honest. Let's be honest with each other. Holy crap, what the hell?
Is that just weird?
Today we just have to kiss XM's ass, so that's cool. So that'll make a lot of people in Washington very happy today.
XM people, you know we love you. You're special. Let me tell you something, XM people. You're special, special people.
And then tomorrow it begins.
Yeah.
Half the day we kiss CBS's ass. The second half we kiss XM's ass.
Yep. We are an adulterous show. And we have to try to keep both relationships going. We got to, give the flowers and everything, and then go over to see the chick, but not let the other one get too pissed. Can't pay too much attention. It's more like a bigamist, because they're both on to us.
Right.
It's not like we're keeping it secret. It's not like an affair.
We might as well just broadcast in Utah.
Let's go to Utah.
We might as well.
And
we got 2 wives. Who are we kidding?
2 wives we got to keep happy.
2 wives.
I don't think you have to kiss their asses, though. I think you got the big hog, you pull it out, and you go ahead, your turn. And then you turn around and go, hey, some for you, too. And let XM feast a bit on it.
We got 2 wives. One drives a minivan. The other drives like a Porsche and has breast implants. And doesn't have any time for the kids.
Pull up to one, pull in the house to the one, and she goes, you want me to suck your cock? And the other one's like, dinner, honey?
What the hell are we doing?
All right.
What are we doing? Whatever. Where do we begin today?
Yeah, what an interesting situation that was yesterday. I hope, it was very nice and everything, having everybody there yesterday, but I hope when we go in and start doing these shows, there isn't that much management and people running around. It's a little too distracting, man.
Yeah, no, I don't think anyone's gonna. I don't think they're all gonna be there every day.
Like, who is in the dunking booth with Dan?
I have no idea. Ask Dan.
Dan was in the Quivers dunking booth, the Quivers Memorial dunking booth, and there were people in there with him. Who was in there with you, Mr. Than, sir?
Who has lost 20 pounds?
Why, thank you.
You've lost 20 pounds?
15,
You're such a
actually.
tall guy. It's hard to tell.
Yeah. You can tell
that
right
as an
away.
insult. You look good, like your face. That stuff is
You
still
could
very cute.
You can,
but
you can tell he's thin in the face. You can't tell that this kid lost 15 pounds.
I don't pay attention to guys at all.
He looks thinner, but I couldn't tell that much.
You guys are selling me out.
No,
you can't tell that he lost weight.
It ain't a homo thing.
It's hard to say. No.
It's just guys. I never
Stand up.
notice anything.
And I see him all the time.
You guys can't tell
Unless it's
Don't
like
make
a
me
big
spin.
Kev thing or something. Or
You can't tell he lost weight, seriously.
Yeah, point it out
you
to
would
me.
make a horrible witness.
Point it out to me. I can tell, yes, absolutely.
It's very obvious. In the face and everything.
Unless it's pointed out, I don't think about this guy for 2 fucking seconds.
Because you see him every day. If I didn't see him for 2 weeks, then I might go, oh my God, he's different. But when you watch
you'd
somebody...
be heartbroken.
Yeah.
But you see him every day.
Plus, who looks above the waist when this kid walks in? He's all cock.
But, yeah, you lost 15 pounds doing Dr. Ian Smith's thing, right?
That's right.
Oh.
The Fat Smash Diet.
The Fat Smash Diet. There's a book out and all that.
A lot of guys around here. You guys in your freaking dieting. There's the drug dealer Steve selling his shit fucking medication.
The oxy powder.
And everyone's doing Dr. Ian's book.
Well, Dr. Ian Smith is helping me out personally with nutrition and things.
And apparently you too.
Yeah.
Helping everybody out.
There were a couple copies of his book.
Who are you kidding?
I'm just saying.
You lost the most weight out of anyone around here.
I know, but that just came from...
And I was reminded, by the way, because of all the old footage on TV yesterday.
Oh, I know. Isn't that great when they put that? My big bloated face, my big bloated head. That was because your friggin' ex-almost brother-in-law, Rick Delgado, would come in and go, hey, you want some Burger King for lunch? And I'd be like, yeah. All right, what do you want? Give me 2 Quarter Pounders and supersize one of them with fries and everything. And I would just gorge myself with crap all day long. Drink beer like crazy. And then, that stopped. And I lost weight. It wasn't like I went on a diet or anything.
I decided...
I had to. My cholesterol was 8 billion.
I wanted to do that Fat Smash yesterday because I only had fruit in the morning. And I said, I'm going to have some fruit.
What was his name?
Oh, stop.
The fruit.
He just walked out, actually.
Ooh, Cantaloupe C. Nothing. You're sweet. You're sweet and juicy with a nice tender rind.
Doesn't have the same effect if you call him gay every day.
No, because he's not gay.
No. Who said he's gay?
Nobody.
Say I didn't. I do not. I don't think you're gay. No,
of course not. What gay guy wears a skull and crossbones on his shirt?
I would assume all of them.
I know. And I had a little bit of the fruit. I wanted to do it. I'm like, because Dan told me he lost weight yesterday, and I said, okay. But I wound up, I left for lunch. I was so hungry, I had to eat, and I just didn't have any fruit at home. I really had to stop and buy some, so I ordered some grilled chicken.
So you did the Fat Smash Diet for one day?
It was, well, no.
I
did the Fat Smash Diet for 4 hours. And then last night I wound up, eating just chicken again and fries. And then, because I don't think fries were allowed the first
what
day.
kind of dessert?
No.
None. No. I'm back on the...
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
No.
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 How do you do that?
Do it again.
No.
I can't do it after cough medicine.
I'd have to do it when I was strenuously disagreeing with you.
All right, pussy is good.
No.
How about that cock? Grr. Yeah.
Anyway, why standing here again? I forgot.
We wanted to know who was with him in the dunking booth, the Quivers Memorial dunking booth.
I don't know.
Like, there were too many people. There were too many people.
They brought their people.
Around.
We had our people.
Yeah, see, I want none people.
Anthony, we all met here to walk over to CBS, which is about a block away.
We had a posse.
It had to be 30, 40 people.
Yeah, a posse walked over with us.
And then we just completely took over the place. And people were commenting about, now that's an entourage.
Yeah.
We didn't mean to have an entourage. It was just a lot of people that wanted to enjoy the first day with us.
Although we were told we were being very cordial and very nice and very cooperative.
Yeah, they were very, very surprised.
Other people that
how cooperative we were.
That was nice. Mm-hmm. And that'll end.
Yeah, but wait till the food doesn't come on time one day. I have to eat.
Where did you get this coffee?
Oh, it's going to be awful.
The same shit.
But they move pretty fast over there as far as getting stuff done. Like, they're already working on the studio and getting things very fixed up.
Did you? You didn't see. You have a new mic block where we wanted it.
They said I didn't see it yet.
It was there.
Took less than a day.
Before the next show came in, boom.
They had it done for you.
The guys were under the consoles drilling stuff and setting stuff up. Amazing, the crew they got over there. They really snap right to it.
We have to measure, too, because Opie said he couldn't see me as well, and I don't like that. We're going to measure distance because this is a good...
Yeah, we're going to... I like this triad we have here.
Yeah, triangle.
This is good. It's an equal... what do they call that?
It's a
equilateral.
Equilateral triangle.
I'm glad I came in here.
Yeah, thank you, Fan.
And what's the skinny triangle called?
Obtuse.
The HIV positive triangle.
Isosceles.
Isosceles.
What?
That's if two of the
sides are not the same, or are the same.
Yeah.
Is it?
Oh.
Yeah.
Why would you know that, Fan?
And then
what's wrong with you?
What's obtuse? That's all three different.
Yes, I think so. That's referring to one of the angles being larger than.
I
90
can tell you this much: we have a skinny triangle over there.
Hey,
when we're broadcasting, and
it's triangle talk you get on this show, my friend.
That's right.
And we need to make our triangle
obtuse,
equal. No, more equal.
Let's not bore the XM people and equate it to pussy hair. Okay, it's shaved in the shape of.
We'll get to the phones in a minute. They've been ringing for an hour and a half.
Yeah.
So yesterday was a very, very exciting day.
Yeah, I just want
became official.
Less of the people walking around.
Oh yeah, that'll
I
happen.
Want just us to do, especially so early in the morning. I like just going in there. No one's in there.
No, that'll
just us.
happen.
We start the show. It's nice.
When we first started XM, it was the same kind of energy, and then it kind of calms down to what it's going to be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we can't do a show every day under those conditions.
Like brass walking around.
You really think Joel Hollander's going to be there every day?
Yes. No,
You think Eric Logan's going to be there every day? You think the lawyer's going to be there every day? You think Super Agent Bob Eatman? Right there is 5 or 6 we can say goodbye to.
I predict, aside from some summer poolside barbecues, we probably won't see Joel.
I don't think we see Joel again. I don't know. We might see him one more time this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's done. He's done with us.
That's it. Now it's just get me results, and that's it.
Well, his quote, which is in all the papers, get me ratings.
Get me ratings.
And he's not kidding.
No, he's not.
He hired us to save his ass.
Don't worry, we're there.
I think we're going to have a better relationship with all those big brass than you think.
I think so far so good.
I got no problem.
I think Les will invite us over. Jim, the Opie and Anthony, come on over. We'll probably get together, chit-chat, laugh a little. A couple of, important men.
Yeah, less who.
You know, what I noticed walking around those halls, there's a lot of humbled faces, and that's a great position for us to walk into.
Yeah.
That's a great position. We can only go up after David Lee Roth, so it's going to be very interesting. Tom Chiusano is going to be there every day.
Yeah, what time does he get in, though?
Oh, he'll be there.
Early, yeah.
No, he'll be there for every broadcast. We have a boss again.
Early guy.
Because the beauty of the XM broadcast, there's no one here to tell us
boss.
anything.
No.
And we like it that way.
Yeah.
But we can't be trusted on regular radio. My God. The world might end.
Which is pretty much why we have to make the walk every day.
Yeah, I know. And people they're going to really want to walk in December and January.
I won't.
Yeah, well, maybe at that point we'll figure, something that makes more sense.
There'll be a car, a heated car, that will be running for at least a half hour with the heat on before it takes me the 1/16th of a mile down the road.
There you go.
And I am up for the illegal U-turn in order to get there on 57th.
And that brings up a good point, because the papers are talking about this as this kind of merger of satellite radio and commercial radio, and everyone's happy.
Unprecedented
and
partnership.
working together and stuff. They're not completely working together yet.
No.
Because we're the ones that have to suffer.
Yeah.
We have to make both companies happy, and neither company was willing to give up, a studio. You know what I mean?
Yep.
We wanted, stupid us, to do 1 5 to 6 hour show a day from one studio.
Yeah.
And then when we know we're off the commercial radio stations, then then we move on with more outrageous material or what have you, or at least let the curses fly.
Yeah.
That wasn't good enough for anybody involved. They wanted us over there. XM didn't want us over there full time. We wanted to stay here, to be honest with you. CBS didn't want us staying here.
They want us under the watchful eye.
Right, so that's why we have to go there to start in the morning and then walk over here to end.
I think it's going to be fun. Who else does that?
Nobody.
Who else spoils things so badly, and in a few years, they want you here, they want you there. We're all over the place.
We're commuting during our work
Thank
day.
God that place isn't in L.A. We'd have to get on a plane and fly there before the next commercial break.
You know what I like about it, though? You know, those days, because let's be honest, there's days we just flat out stink. That walk is going to be a lot slower. Hey, Jim, you want some Starbucks?
Yeah. Stop off on the way. Do some shopping.
Yeah, I'm hungry. Anyone else hungry for a mid-morning snack? Well, some people are going to be bitching, hey, the traffic was bad. What can I tell you?
Sorry,
the light wouldn't change and we couldn't cross the street.
I think we're gonna just when you start to get annoyed being over there, like we'd come right over here. Or if we get annoyed here, we're only here for 2 hours. It's great.
You know what has been brought up, and obviously it's a lot different, but it reminds people of this DJ. I think his name was Tom Joyner. I think he's still doing some radio in L.A. or somewhere. I don't know. He got so popular that he would. I don't remember exactly how this relationship worked, but I think he did morning radio in Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
And then as soon as his morning show was over, because the technology wasn't there yet with the ISDN lines and whatever it takes to do, broadcast, he would start in Chicago. His show would end. He'd have a limo pick him up right to a private jet that would fly him down to Dallas, was it?
Yeah, something like that.
I think it was Dallas, so he could do afternoon drive. This guy did this for years.
Every day.
Every day. And then after his afternoon drive show in Dallas, he flew home to sleep in his bed in Chicago.
Jesus.
That was crazy.
That was before all the satellite equipment got a lot better.
And especially when you're flying, if you're not flying from Dallas to Houston is bad enough. When you got to deal with Chicago, which I call Chicago, with his snow and awful weather, man. How did he not?
Yeah, on a daily
You know how many
basis.
best ofs they must have played for him? There's got to be some days he couldn't make it because of the weather.
I don't know how long he did it, but he did it for a while because he was in demand.
Wow.
And that was that's how you syndicated.
Is he still doing radio? I thought I read his name in
Tom
conjunction
Joyner.
with something in L.A.
Tom Joyner's still doing it. He's a legend in like R&B type radio. Whatever
He's black.
you
Yeah,
call it.
I think he's taken over the thing. Like John Sally's show in L.A. is not going to keep going. He's taking over there.
John Sally failed in radio?
I know it's hard to believe.
No, because we've had him on the show. Wow, man, that just proves what we were talking about with all the reporters yesterday.
Oh, when we answered the same question 30 times.
Yeah, and why did we talk to these reporters for a half hour just so they could use one quote from each of us?
Isn't that great?
Unbelievable. But that's how it is, I guess.
I was a little disappointed with John Manelli's article this morning.
Yeah, John Manelli.
I guess John, they took a hatchet to his article.
Yeah, John Manelli's, he's kind of admitted that the Post just has it out for us.
Yeah.
For whatever reason. The Post does not like us at all.
They didn't print the great line. We were talking about Robin Quiver's dunking tank and how it's in our studio now and the phone screen is in there and how Robin actually sat in there and it was a dunking booth and she sat on a board and there was water under it and the only time it released was when she said something bad about Howard and she stayed dry for 20 years and they never used it. That's a funny line, goddammit.
The Post, I can't believe the Post. You want the Post to like you because this is an integrity-filled piece of journalism. Front page has a painting of Clinton and it says, well hung.
Yeah, in huge letters, it just says, well hung, unveiled Bubba's hip new portrait.
Because you hang a portrait.
Right.
So it's well hung.
And it's a funny
has
picture.
Nothing to do with being a dick joke.
And here's the thing, as Ann and I were, before the show, this is, I actually said to you too, this is the same group, the media, that can, without any problems or impunity, talk about any subject they want, without an FCC problem.
In any way they want.
This is the same group who is just built on whoring their product. And I'm not saying the media is wrong to do that. Good, let them do it. But to find people trying to be funny and entertain you, and yet let this nonsense well hung.
Right.
And this same group of people could say penis 500 times in a news story, and it will never be a problem with the FCC.
And the portrait has Bubba's hands on his hips. And he's pushing forward a little bit.
Yeah, he's
at the
pushing his
crotch.
hips forward at the groin.
And it says, well hung. But in the New York Post today, John Manelli's column, Opie tweaks stern concern is the headline. And it's funny because we talked to John Manelli about that awful headline that happened, last week?
Yeah, Pervy Pal. Dopey Opie and Pervy Pal. Well, they didn't call me Pervy Pal this time. They didn't call me.
They just didn't call you at all. But Minnelli apologized and said that'll never happen again because when this was, the Post knows that Minnelli knows us personally and knows us very well, and the Post actually went to John Minnelli and said, could you call these guys and interview them for Sunday's paper or for yesterday's paper, where they would come out with this huge Opie and Anthony, interview as the news was breaking. And John Minnelli called the Post back and said, yeah, right.
You think I'm going to be able to now call them up and get an interview after the crappy headline you guys put in front of my story?
Go back a couple days and look what you put on page 9.
Yeah.
And answer your own question.
Yeah, let me ask, which one? Should I ask Dopey Opie or Pervy Pal if I can interview them?
So Minnelli promised that wouldn't happen again. Yes.
We should I wonder, I'm sure that whoever writes the headlines, right? I mean, look, does anybody know who he is?
Who?
The guy who writes the headlines?
No, of course not. Of course not. It's a guy that's on staff that hides and writes these headlines, and there's no accountability whatsoever.
Well, maybe somebody out there knows and could tell us. Maybe somebody, I'm sure somebody who works for the Post. And by the way, here's why. Before you do that, the media seems to like Howard a lot more than they like this show, because he's older and ahead, and a lot of these guys coming up, that was what they listened to. It's like, you understand what I mean? It's like that's their guy, and a few years from now, people that are in the coming up will hopefully be fans of this show that are in the media, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, that's happening slowly but surely. What's wrong?
I had to punch up the instant feedback.
What, Angel? What's the problem?
I had to punch it up.
What's wrong?
By the way, if you post more than 4 times the same thing in a row, I ban your IP address. So, and not for content, don't get me wrong. You just posted too many times, Don from Columbus. So now you're not going to be able to post again.
What did he post?
Banned.
What was he saying?
Good morning, you giant fucking fraud sellouts. Oh, Jimmy, this is for you.
Oh, did he say Norton or Norton? Why are we sellouts?
Will there be replays of your show, or will you fucks be trying to get a dime for aired shows through Audible?
Ew.
I love you guys, but I think you're shit dicks on the CBS deal.
You don't even know what's going on yet. We haven't even done our first show yet.
Absolutely.
I had to go on to Whackbag yesterday, and there were 8 million pages on yesterday's broadcast and the repercussions and what does this mean, and blah, 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 blah. And I didn't even try to post in there. I just posted a brand new thread, and I had to write, we have not even done a show yet. Yesterday was not a show. It was us broadcasting an announcement and taking some phone calls, sitting down, making sure the equipment worked, making sure the phones worked, meeting the staff, things like it wasn't a show. And to be condemned by some of these bastards before you even put a show on, for the most part, everyone's supportive. But there's like this little faction, certain amount of people.
Eat your own! Eat your own! That's what I say.
The devil.
That are
you gotta know when to eat your own.
Bitching before we even did a show.
Look, it's a huge move for this radio program, and it's I'm not going to lie to you. The next couple of weeks are going to be weird until we all settle in.
Yeah, let us get used to
We said this last week. We kicked an anthill. Everyone is in disarray. Everyone's trying to figure it out. We're trying to figure it out. The listeners are trying to figure it out. The fan sites are trying to figure it out. Steve's trying to figure it out with all the websites he runs.
The ants are trying to figure it out.
I thought his sexuality.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
But let's be honest, you're not going to go build another anthill. You're going to build the same anthill.
Yeah.
All right? Everyone is in disarray, and it's going to be a little weird for the next couple of weeks.
Anytime we make a move, people get so worried. Don't worry so much.
We've made so many moves in our career, and people understood in the end.
We've had
every single time.
I'm not even including Opie's time on radio before we hooked up as the Opie and Anthony Show. But the Opie and Anthony Show has been on the air for over 10 years, 18 months of which has been satellite radio. We know how to do radio. Regular radio people. XM listeners that have only heard us on XM, we've done this before. We know how to do it. We've been very, very successful on regular terrestrial radio.
By the way, we've been on a half hour today. This could have been on regular radio. Is it that bad? Is it that bad?
I'm extra cursing today, by the way.
Is it that bad, really?
That Jimmy's a cocksucker?
Well, hey, why did that have to be the example? Well, you won't have Jim Norton to kick around anymore.
Oh, please.
All right, so getting to the New York Post, John Minnelli. After all that craziness yesterday,
dare I say hullabaloo,
we got 1, 2, 3, 4, like 6 sentences buried deep in the paper.
That's it.
It was a huge announcement. Pretty much every broadcast outlet did something on it yesterday, and the New York Post buried the story.
Of course they did.
So, whatever.
Front page is a painting of Clinton, well hung.
Yeah,
That's an amazing news outlet.
Daily News has 2 huge articles on us returning to regular radio, commercial radio, terrestrial radio, whatever the fuck you want to call it. And the Post buries it deep, deep within the paper. Deep. No picture, nothing. Just a small little headline.
You had a headline when there was a St. Pat's incident, though. It was front page.
Right. Yeah, exactly. On the same page there's like 5 or 6 more stories. They did that on purpose. They buried the story. We're on the front page of the Life section of USA Today. I mean, I don't know if we pulled it out of there, but USA Today, the Life section. Go ahead. I think I might have pulled it out of there. New York Times, doll. Just Google Opie and Anthony, and we don't have to explain. It's huge, but the Post, for whatever reason, they have it out for us. Decided to bury this deep within the paper.
I'll tell you why they do. Because they're an awful news organization, although fun to read, but awful.
The story, it's really quick. Opie and Anthony debut tomorrow at Howard Stern's former station, but already they're taking pokes at him. How great is this, Greg Opie Hughes told the Post yesterday. We could talk to his listeners, but he can't talk to ours. He was referring to the fact that Stern's satellite radio audience is measured in tens of thousands rather than the millions he had on terrestrial radio. We want Howard to know one thing, Anthony offered. If he has anything he wants to say to his former listeners, we're happy to relay it to him.
We would do that.
O&A succeed David Lee Roth, who was fired last Friday in the morning radio slot that Stern occupied for 20 years before jumping to satellite radio earlier this year. O&A will continue to be heard on rival XM satellite radio, but produce an FCC-compatible simulcast for Free FM and 6 other CBS-owned radio stations. If we do anything that gets bleeped, XM will be able to hear that, Anthony said.
Yeah.
That's the whole fucking article. That's the whole fucking article.
And Minnelli probably wrote more than that.
Minnelli loves us. Minnelli talked to us for easily a half hour yesterday. He even knows that the Post is not doing the right thing, so he emailed me this morning. Let me see where this is at. He emails me and he said, I got a CC on something. Karen, I noticed they trimmed the O&A story. Full version below. Don't worry, I'll get all this in at some point in the near future.
Oh, boy.
So this is the story that Minnelli handed in, which is a lot different. But some douchebag at the Post, who obviously has it out for us, made as small as possible, buried it in the paper, and said, all right, we're done with that.
Is that the editor? Do you think? I don't know much about the journalism. Is it the editor who makes that decision? Like, is there one editor for a newspaper?
I think so.
Probably an ignorant question, but is that what the editor does?
I think so.
And by the way,
Perry White.
By the way, John Minnelli wrote his own headline for the story, Anthony. Sweet revenge, O&A take over Howard's old turf.
Well, that didn't make it.
I wonder why that didn't make it.
Mm-hmm.
By John Minnelli.
Because we goof at their humor. When they try to be funny, we do a little rundown.
Yeah.
Anytime they have a subject and it's like a top 5 list or something.
Yeah.
And we make fun of it. So they don't like us.
Well, they have one today for Tucson.
Ooh. Do they really? Because I want to put on my laughing hat and enjoy.
We'll do that a little later. So this is the article that John Minnelli handed in. This will probably be interesting to some of the listeners out there. We just read the actual article. That is in all the New York Post today in New York City, okay? This is what Minnelli handed in, which is so different. I don't even know how they get away with this. Opie and Anthony haven't even starred yet on Free FM.
Mm-hmm.
But already they're taking pokes at sworn enemy Howard Stern, whose first successor, David Lee Roth, was fired last Friday. O&A officially debuted tomorrow on 7 CBS radio stations, but they surprised listeners yesterday by showing up for an hour to take phone calls from fans. Telling a little more of the story, Anthony.
Now that really accurately depicts what we did yesterday.
Right. Opie, this is revolutionary. We're changing the face of radio. Hoo, 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 said Anthony, in a dead-on Stern impression, mocking Stern's off-spoken boast about his January move to satellite radio. That didn't make the final cut.
Of course not.
How great is this, Greg Opie Hughes told the Post after the broadcast. We could talk to his listeners, but he can't talk to ours. They got that in there. Opie referred to the fact that Stern's satellite radio audience is measured in thousands rather than the millions he had on terrestrial radio, just like O&A's audience on XM satellite radio, where they'll remain via a partial FCC-compatible simulcast with CBS. We want Howard to know one thing, Anthony offered. If he has anything he wants to say to his audience, we're happy to relay it to him. So that made the article as well.
Yeah.
All of this other stuff, which is kind of funny, didn't make the article. By the way, we had a sit-down with CBS chief Les Moonves, and there's no Botox, said Opie, deflating Stern's slam against the exec who's suing him for alleged contract violations.
Yep.
It sure is hard to burn bridges in radio, said Anthony, recalling the fact that O&A and CBS had an extremely noisy headline-making split after the duo Sex and St. Pat's scandal 4 years ago when they were top-rated on WNEW. XM's the pimp, CBS is the John, and we're the whores, he said. John Minnelli wrote a great article.
That's funny stuff.
But the Post chopped it to death and just got some facts out and moved on. As the Post reported last week, O&A now with sidekick Jim Norton.
See?
Minnelli giving you props as well. We'll do 6 to 9 a.m. on both CBS and XM, subject to bleeping only on CBS. Then they'll do 9 to 11 just for XM, censor-free. If we do anything that gets bleeped, XM listeners will be able to hear that, Anthony said. But we'll try to keep it friendly for commercial radio between 6 and 9, said Opie. Asked how they'd feel about past NEW regulars who shunned them because of XM's smaller audience, Opie singled out Andrew Dice Clay. Another thing that didn't make the article. And this is some saucy stuff that the readers would have loved to read today.
Inside gossip.
Juicy.
This is stuff that people would love to read.
Gossip.
He has the timing of throat cancer. Dice is dead to us, Opie said.
Yeah.
What? That's a fantastic quote.
Thank you, sir.
Didn't make it.
I tried it on you at dinner, by the way, and you laughed so hard I decided to go with it yesterday.
Fantastic quote.
Thank you, sir. Meanwhile, over at the Sirius Corral, Stern called CBS executives relentless pricks and dismissed O&A's new gig. What are they going to do if they don't bash me every day, he said.
Yeah.
And that's the real article that Minnelli wanted in the paper, but was denied. And they ended up writing what they did, which is a very, very boring, to-the-point article that probably no one will read because there's nothing in there that's saucy.
There.
And on page 7, they have to show the Bill and Hillary portraits.
Right.
Who cares? Why are they showing? Who cares?
I have something to put over my fireplace. That's wonderful.
God almighty.
It's either that or the Kramer I'm thinking of getting.
Oh, the Michael Richards?
It looks like the Kramer.
Doesn't it look like the Kramer?
Yeah, the new Bubba portrait looks like the Kramer. All right, let's say hi to our listeners today. It's Coke Logic from Whackbag. Coke Logic.
Hey, what's going on, man?
Hey, man.
Hey, I just want to say, first off, that I saw Jim Norton on Thursday and at Zany's in Chicago, and he was phenomenal.
Oh, thank you, man.
Oh, and, yeah, I was the last person to leave, and I was bugging the hell out of you, but I just got to say, the CBS callers from yesterday are so fucking annoying, the way they're just referencing everything from, like, 4 years ago. I mean, doesn't that bug the shit out of you that, like, people are talking about, like, Stinky and, like, even Eric Rogan said, like, the show's progressed and it's, like, a better show now. You know, 18 months have passed with people not following you to XM.
Yeah, they've kind of dug up a time capsule from 4 years ago, and all you guys are up to date on what we've been doing and everything.
Well, that's why you guys got to be patient for the next couple of weeks. We're going to have to retrain and maybe tell a few old stories just to get everyone up to speed. But
yeah,
I got to tell you, man, I really thought I had a real good grasp on our careers and what was going on at XM Satellite Radio. And I have to preface this by saying we're very happy with the amount of people that are listening to us on XM. It's been unbelievable. We go to Boston, we have sold out, live shows with lines down the sidewalk. Wherever we go, it's just it's a very impressive showing.
Yeah.
But yesterday, I think you heard it in my voice and Anthony's voice and Jimmy's voice. We were very, very surprised how many really hardcore, faithful listeners from the old days that just did not get the XM.
Yep.
Yeah, they kept saying
over and over again. This is the first time. Over and over again. This is the first time I've heard you in 4 years, and I am so excited. And my first thought is, well, you're so excited. Why didn't you go get the XM? And I know some people just can't afford it and all that. I get that. I get the economics of it. But it was a real eye opener yesterday, which really makes this deal make sense for us. Because Anthony and I always wanted to be, really, really big in New York, Philly, Boston, Washington, and then what other cities they add to that? Excuse me. Then that would be cool too. But we always wanted a huge concentration in those cities, because we do a lot of cool things in those cities.
Yeah,
and that's why this deal makes sense to us. We expand our audience.
Completely support it, but it's just that the callers were so goddamn annoying.
Well, dude, here's the weird thing. It was listening. Like at first, I felt like, oh, dude, like where the hell were you? And then I thought about it later. It was like Stern's going to satellite. Like, and this is after. Look, let's be honest. The guy, whether he was I think he was number one when he left. A massive following, and still going from here to there in a week. What was it, 90% or 85 or 90% didn't go with him. Yeah. This show was off the air for 2.5 years.
Yeah.
I mean, it's amazing like that we were off the air for 2.5 years, so I kind of like understand why some people wouldn't have come, because like one of my managers used to listen to Howard all the time, just driving to work in L.A., and he goes, that's weird, like I was going to get the unit, and I didn't at first, and I got distracted. Now all of a sudden I'm like, all right, and I'm just listening to something else.
A lot
like
of people
move
are
on.
Passive listeners.
Yeah.
That's the majority of the listeners. They don't, it's not that they don't care, but if it's not there, they're not going to search it out,
Yeah.
And that's the majority of people. Radio is a lot more important to the people doing it than it is to the people listening.
Right.
It's just the way it is. So to have so many people call up and go, dude, oh man, it's so cool you're back. Haven't heard you in 4 years. Oh, where were you? They were doing something else.
Yeah, working, taking care of my family, being busy.
Yeah.
Listening to some
Hey,
hot morning talk.
Asked if you guys are still doing WOW. I mean, come on.
No, we're not doing that anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, geez.
No more WOW. Forget it.
I have one more complaint before I get off the air here.
Yeah, right.
Why didn't the CBS deal make Jim Norton a millionaire?
No, we're working on that.
We are working so hard to make little Jimmy a millionaire.
We want to make him a quarter millionaire first.
Sir, I'm 100-aire.
100-aire.
CBS.
We want to make him a 10th of a millionaire.
Yeah.
First.
I'd like to be a more than 5-digit heir. Everyone takes very good care of me, sir. Thank you for your concern.
He wants to be
No problem.
6 figures, Jim.
That's right. I want to be comma Jimmy. I got no comma.
No comma.
Move my motherfucking comma to the right.
Comma Jimmy.
See you, buddy.
He's looking for that second comma.
I just want one. No, I'd like one.
We had a pretty realistic attitude when it came to coming to satellite.
Right.
Because we were off for 2.5 years. We were going to come here. Hardcore fans that have been keeping up with us through the internet and stuff were going to sign on. But we had to build a whole new audience. A lot of the people that listened to us on conventional radio didn't come over, especially right away. So we slowly, by doing good shows, built an audience of people that never heard of us before across the country. That's where our audience came from. When you go from regular radio to satellite, you can't just expect that all your listeners are going to come with you. And I think some people are having a problem with that. That they're seeing that just doesn't happen.
Yeah.
But don't. The XM listeners are as hardcore as anybody that was ever on board before. I mean, it's like, especially with like, I mean, the message boards have always been big, and then, with Pal Talk, this is like a whole different dynamic, but the XM fans have been fantastic. And I have been more impressed with the way the rest of the country has reacted, surprised. Like when I went to Atlanta and you see the reaction, I couldn't believe the amount of hardcore O&A fans, animals that showed up to Atlanta where we never were before. It's kind of nice to see.
And yes, we're working on stuff for Pal Talk. Don't worry.
Yes.
You'll see the inside of the studio and everything. We couldn't do it yesterday.
Yeah, we just wanted to get there yesterday.
Yeah, and they're working on computer stuff and everything, but absolutely, that's going to be part of the show. Don't worry about that.
And the show just gets bigger and better. I mean, imagine the past. We have more targets now. We have other jocks in all these cities that we just entered that have been just having a ball with our demise. And it's just going to get ugly on so many levels now. Yeah. So many levels. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to bring a lot more material to the program.
A lot of people wondering how we're going to handle commercials. That's like a big thing with people.
Well, you know, we're depending on XM to really make this channel, you know, smoke. When they go to commercials over there, you know, we're going to have, you know, some bonus Opie and Anthony material, a lot of stuff hopefully a lot of people haven't heard because, you know, part of this deal, we get all our NEW Infinity Broadcasting tapes back.
Yeah.
We're talking hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours of just gold material.
Yep.
That most people have not heard or haven't heard in a really long time. We're looking at doing maybe a Opie and Anthony flashback feature and all sorts of stuff with that. And the other thing is CBS, you know, they haven't sold a commercial in 4 months.
Yep.
There's not a lot of commercials to begin with, so you know, don't you worry.
Yeah, don't worry about it until later on. And also, we really were gunning for being able to broadcast back to XM during those commercial spots. But again,
we lost that part of the deal.
There was a lot of nervousness over there because you know it's us, you know it's us. It's not some show that's never been in trouble before going over there. So they were very nervous that we would be able to go to a commercial break and just exclusively broadcast during those commercial breaks to XM, and then come back and be able to snap out of that mindset and go into that, and it might bust up the continuity of whatever we were talking about. You know, if we're on CBS and we're talking about a subject, we go into commercials. Now we're talking to XM, either about the same subject or something brand new, and then we come back to CBS. It kind of busts up the continuity of everything, and it is a little complex to do. It's easier to go to some piece from, an old NEW thing that we did, or some other exclusive XM material. We're still working on that. And who knows what will happen with that later on. Perhaps they'll lighten up to that.
And you know what? We didn't have a deal a week ago, so we now have to figure this whole thing out because it's a reality. It's happening.
Yeah.
We're throwing ideas around and stuff. Another idea, I don't know where we're at with this. I got to get Eric Logan on the phone. But we wanted to make the Opie and Anthony replays kind of like Opie and Anthony on steroids. When we use all that filler material in the morning to get us through the commercial breaks when we're on commercial radio.
Yeah.
If you guys are following us, sort of, you know, when we replay it in the afternoon, we get rid of all that material and crush the show down. You know what I mean?
Not at all.
No,
I know what you're saying. Like you're saying that during the commercials, XM listeners will be getting material. They won't be getting commercials.
Opie and Anthony filler.
Best of stuff, yes.
Best of, flashbacks, whatever it is. Okay?
And when the show is replayed later, to prevent replaying all
and
of the
burning that
flashback filler stuff.
Burning that crap out, we might just get rid of a lot of that.
And condense it into the show.
So now, like, let's say we do a 5-hour show, 6 a.m. to 11 a.m. For the replay, maybe it's now only a 4.5-hour show.
Got you.
But we have to figure out if that makes sense, if it's going to work and all that. But it was another idea.
Yeah, a few of the logistics.
Just throwing the show on like steroids for the replays.
Yeah, have to still be worked out.
See, I have an idea that during the commercials there's okay. Jim Norton's comedy corner, but you spell the comedy and corner with K's.
That's funny.
Can we do a Jim Norton comedy minute?
Yeah.
Ooh, with a K.
Yeah. Jim Norton comedy minute. Folks!
Let me tell you about flying.
Yeah. And I do like a rant, but I have to kind of force the anger. Where's the peanuts? Nothing I hate more than people going, God, he's going to rant.
Jim Norton's rant of the day. Could you do it as a goof one day?
Yeah, I'd love to. I'll have to pick a subject that's really like benign and stupid, and I'll get like so rage-filled over it. I didn't have enough cream in it. Whoa, this guy's crazy.
He's angry.
You know what we should do? Because we love fucking with our listeners. We should just start throwing some of that really hokey stuff in. Jim Norton's rant of the day.
That's right, but make it really awful and FCC friendly.
Yeah, Anthony's history lesson of the day.
Oh,
Today in History with Anthony.
Oh, those hack bits. I'll chase everyone away.
I'll read everyone's horoscopes.
Oh, Battle of the Sexes.
Right.
Oh, that would be great.
And everyone would be calling up, guys, you're changing. And we'll just deny it. What?
Soccer Mom. I love the show. It's fantastic.
See, listeners don't understand that sometimes when we annoy you, it makes us really happy.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Better than bugging your friends.
Let's go to Jerry in New Jersey. Jerry, what's up today?
How you doing, man?
How do, Jer?
I called in to rat out 92.3. I was on vacation. I didn't realize the deal went down. This is fucking great. I look at it like we get an extra hour of radio, really. You guys start at 6 now?
Yeah, we start at 6, so every day we'll definitely do 6 to 11.
That's great,
But the channel 202 will stay quote live or under our control until noon every day.
Oh man, well I'm the kind of fan, and I'm sure a lot of other fans are the same way. I stick with you. I've been with you guys, and I want to see you guys hit number one. And this is just going to help it with Little Jimmy now with the show on HBO. That looks like it's going to be a great show.
Thank you.
Now you guys doing back on at 92.3.
It's going to be a great year for the Opie and Anthony program and everyone involved, including
we're going to
Jimmy
be
Norton.
along for the ride. I want to see you guys hit big time. Fuck Howard Stern.
All right, thank you, Jerry.
Thanks for calling in exactly when I asked you to, Jer.
Let's say hi to Eric in Jersey. Eric, what's up?
Good morning, boys. Congratulations.
Oh, we already did this question, proving that we're not screening the calls. We're letting everyone get in, but we already... Yeah, Jimmy's going to get what he deserves.
Oh, no, I'm talking about what's owed to him.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, people actually know that. I never... You guys must have mentioned that much. I didn't hear. That will probably never happen.
How great would that be if they said, we did you wrong, and here's the $50,000 we owe you?
It would be amazing, and then I would pinch myself. I'd wake up alone in my bed and go, oh.
Well, that's right. Well, the guy who did that to Jimmy is no longer at the company. Another reason why it was kind of easy to make this decision, because the people that really did us wrong are not around anymore.
Yeah, it was...
Listen, another question. How soon will we see you on E?
I don't think you'll be seeing.
Cameras are not in the studio?
I do think there should be a show, a TV show around this radio program, though. I think that enough interesting things happen.
Yeah, they've been trying to work on ideas for this, show, and Howard would like to think differently, but every idea that has been presented to us is way too similar to what he's doing, or what he did, and we really want to try to do our own thing.
Mm-hmm.
So we're just waiting. We're just waiting for someone out there to figure that out, because we can't figure it out ourselves. We have some ideas, but
someone's suggesting we just play George Carlin bits during the commercial.
I like it.
It's for the old listeners.
That's how we should start it. Big Hog from Whackbag, what's up?
Good morning, boys, and welcome to the dawn of a new day. I just want to say congratulations to you guys, man.
Thank you.
You guys are exactly where you guys belong. If it wasn't for Sex to Sam, when Howard left, man, you would have fit right into there, no questions asked,
Thank you.
And you know what? Don't even worry about the ratings. It'll come, especially with Anthony's funny ass, the mad scientist Opie running everything. And Jesus Christ, Jimmy, you get pissed on. So what are you gonna do?
All right,
enjoy it.
Well, listen, I got one request of you.
Yeah.
Can you not promote the F.H. Riley's thing on Free FM and just leave that to the XM radio listeners?
Why?
Yeah, that's good.
Because you know what? Because if you do it on Free FM, you're going to get all these kind of haters that come over. They're going to know about it. And you might have some problems with assholes coming in,
Well, we want to do another late night karaoke, and we're going to only mention it once on the show. Because we had a line all the way down the block, and we can't have that. We have a small place, but this weekend I'm going to be at F.H. Riley's all weekend long. There's a band that is made up of members of my old high school, Harborfields High School. So it's going to be kind of like a weird homecoming event this Saturday at F.H. Riley's. No, I can't sing.
Hope they call you up to do a number.
I could do a
little tune.
I could drum.
Ooh.
Hope he plays the triangle.
All right, guys. Good luck, man.
All right, man. F.H. Riley's, my brother's restaurant. It's kicking ass, 400 New York Avenue in the fine town of Huntington on Long Island, okay? Hey, North Korea Times. This story made it all over the world. And India loves the United States and what's going on.
North Korea. They're the commie ones.
Wow. The commie paper wrote about us. Opie and Anthony replace Roth on CBS Radio. This is from North Korea.
Don't they have more important things to report over there?
And it's
hunger.
CBS Radio and XM Satellite Radio Monday announced the return of Shock Jocks Opie and Anthony to terrestrial radio. In an unprecedented agreement, CBS Radio will air 3 hours, blah, blah, blah. It's the same stuff
How does the North Korean news get everything right? And so many other stories got our names wrong.
Well, it's North Korea. They certainly can't put well hung for anybody in the country. You all right, sweetie?
No, Anthony is suffering.
I am sickly, as
Anthony
they say.
is suffering today.
Somebody's a little confused.
Yeah.
Ooh. It says Comedy Corner. That's his name, spelt with a K. So
okay.
It's a portable phone. Saying, why would I listen to 20 minutes of material I could download from oavirus.com?
Good point. Turn it off.
Let me explain the dynamic of the O&A listener.
And we're going to have the lawyers go after all those websites now.
Right,
That's
all of
what
them
we
yanked. Kidding, so shut up. Don't start a new thread, assholes. A portable phone. Seen your name a lot. Know the guy from message boards and whatnot. You're not... Guys, I hate to break this news to you. You're not the typical listener. You're not the top 90 percentile of the people that listen to this program. Yeah, you download it from there. You might know a lot of the bits. You might not. We open up that NEW library of 4 years of material. There's plenty of stuff that never made it on OA Virus. There's brand new stuff you'd never heard before. But for the most part, I hate to use this, but I have to. It's not just about you, douchebag.
And
there are plenty of people that never heard of it.
All right, so this guy said, why will I listen to that when I could get it from oavirus.com?
Yeah.
This is what I do now.
Uh-huh.
Instead of playing that fine Opie and Anthony material as filler,
yeah,
we start playing the Opie tapes from BAB.
Oh, boy. Hunya.
Don't make me bring in my college air checks as filler material.
Dude, we have to hear
if
those.
You brought in Spuds Buckley. Now that, my friend.
All right. I'll bring in some of my college air checks.
Please bring in Spuds Buckley.
I don't I think I have one Spuds Buckley tape laying
That's
around.
more than enough.
I know it is.
More than enough.
All right, I'll bring it in. Because a lot of people are pissed off, so that's what I'll do.
Do you know how long we've been hearing that he's going to bring in Spuds Buckley?
I'll throw myself under the bus.
That's a sacrifice.
I
Nice.
just got to find out what box it's in.
The one labeled shit.
Jack in New Hampshire. Jack.
Yes, I'm looking very forward to you instead of having just C-list guests moving up to that B-list guest territory. So.
Actually, the guests have already gotten better with this announcement. Today we got Jimmy Johnson again calling in from NASCAR. We have supposedly Scott Weiland calling in today.
Get out of town.
Duff McKagan and possibly Scott Weiland calling in today. Jimmy Johnson. And all of a sudden they want to get the American Idol rejects on our show. So we have Ace Young calling in today.
Ace?
So, and that's after the first day after this thing was announced.
When is Ace calling? Because I would have to have my sister
Any minute.
called on the phone.
Any minute.
Really?
Any minute. Get Dawn on the phone to do the interview.
Why, is she a fan?
She is one of the biggest Ace fans ever. So I'll have to give you the phone number.
My sister, too, by the way.
She couldn't believe it.
Ridiculous.
I texted her right when he got the boot and was like, ha ha, Ace is gone. He was always trying this sultry look.
Call her on the air. All right, Jack.
Well, congratulations, guys. I'm looking forward to it.
Thank you. Yeah, the guests are already getting better, so. Let's go to Chris in Pennsylvania. Chris, what's up?
Hey, I just wanted to say I'm excited for the guests, too, because this will give us a better opportunity for more Steve from Yellowstone calls, for more people for you guys to piss off.
Believe me, Steve from Yellowstone will not be going away. He will be
Awesome.
making phone calls over at CBS.
Hello, Dawn.
I'll see you in AC, Jimmy.
Right. Bye, fella.
Talking
Thanks.
to the mic,
Hi. Hi, Dawny. Hi. We're going to call you up, and you are going to conduct a little interview with Ace. And she's like, what? Are you excited?
I'm a little
You're
nervous.
a little nervous. Your boy Ace is going to be on the phone. And since we don't know jack shit about him, you can do the interview.
What's she saying?
Prepare. How long before he calls, do you think?
Minutes.
It's minutes away.
Minutes away.
So get your questions ready. All right? I'll write your phone number down for the boys, and they'll call you back. Keep this line clear.
All right. Anthony's sister will be doing the interview with
I'll
Ace
give
Young.
you the landline. Give it to me. Turn my mic off so it doesn't pick up.
All right.
Okay, what is it? You didn't turn it off. Turn my mic off.
All right, this time I turned it off, man.
There it is. Wait. Check. No, he didn't. How about the dump button?
Yeah, that's good.
Nope. Oh, good. I just dumped out of it. That's
See, they're dumping already.
I meant
looked
the
at his
call.
mind.
There we go.
He's dumping out because he thinks that's how you turn the mic off.
All right, shut the mic off.
She could still hear you.
Right, I'll hit the cough button. Check.
I can hear it right there.
Yeah, we could still hear you.
How about that?
We could still hear
What a
you.
bunch of pricks. Could you just hit the gut? Okay. What's your number?
Why do you have to?
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
He doesn't understand that the other mics are picking up his voice anyway.
Yeah.
Anthony is real. Ace is on the phone right now.
What is it?
Anthony, Ace is now on the phone.
Oh, okay. Here's the number. Quickly.
Hurry up, Eric, before you get slapped.
Okay, bye.
All right.
Ready to rock.
Hey, Ace.
Good morning.
There is Ace.
Welcome to the Opie and Anthony program. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. How are you guys doing?
Oh, as a fellow singer, Ace, you could hear in my voice, it is blown out.
Did you sing last night?
Oh, and it hurts. No, I was yapping a lot yesterday, but there were some of those nights where you'd be doing a gig, and all through the day your voice is shot. And you'd be like all nervous going, oh, there's no way I can sing tonight. And then you get up there and somehow you're able to just blow it out. And then your voice is twice as bad the next day.
Exactly. Talking hurts even more.
Do you do anything? Do you have one of those, a honey bear or something that you use on stage?
You know what? What I would do is I don't do the tea. I just do honey and hot water.
Yeah, that's what a lot of the singers do. They got like their little. There are some of them that are such prima donnas. They're like, I need a dropper full of honey, and then I need some eucalyptus.
Then the worst thing I think I would do is just gargle with salt water.
Gargle with salt water?
Yeah, that's about as in depth as I go.
How long have you been singing?
I've been singing since I was 11 years old.
That's adorable. What were you doing at 11?
I was performing around local malls in the Denver metro area, and I wanted to be a singer/rapper. That's when Chris Cross was big.
You were trying to follow Chris Cross's career?
Did you put your pants on backwards?
Then I had backup dancers. I had original music, and then I incorporated some Jackson 5 hooks.
How did like the Midwest end up with this whole mall gig thing? Like, how would you get a mall gig? You just walk in and
well, you have to bring all the speakers and the mic and the lighting and the cameras, and then you can pretty much set up anywhere.
Like, if you tried doing that, I would have gotten thrown out. Like, they just throw you out.
I know. We should do a mall tour.
Looks go a long way, brother. I gotta tell you.
Yeah, and I should just do a mall tour.
Throw my ugly ass right out of that mall.
We'll just back up a truck and we'll set up and see what they do. That's a
I'll bring
bit,
the honey
man.
and the water.
Hey,
the mall tour.
Hey, Ace, we're big fans of American Idol, but our sisters really, really love you.
Well, thank you.
Unbelievably so. Like, when you got the boot, my sister Dawn, who is on the phone right now, she's going to be speaking with you, like, lost her mind. She could not fathom how you didn't win and how you're off of it. And, yeah, we have our little text wars going back and forth because, you know, Ace, I got to be honest, you weren't marked as my guy that I thought was gonna go all the way. I kind of think Chris is going to take it. But, Dawn, you are on the phone with Ace Young.
Awesome. Hi, Ace. How are you?
I'm doing really well. How are you doing?
Great. Well, my brother just called me and woke me up and told me that you were going to be on the phone.
I blindsided her.
I didn't have much time to prepare for this interview, but I do have a few questions for you.
Okay.
First, I need to know who made the decision for you to pull back your hair on the last week.
You know what? That was the first suit I ever bought in my life.
Well, it looked awesome on you, but the hair.
So I wanted to just pull it back because when it was falling down on the suit, it just looked like it just didn't fit.
Oh man, I think the hair back might have hurt you.
Is that what everybody's saying?
Yeah, you know, it's just something about that hair flowing.
Well, Ace kind of knew that too because he's like, don't worry, ladies, I didn't cut the hair.
Yeah, you know what happened?
Did I say it?
Also, from the front, it was fine. It looked like just slicked back hair, and it went with the suit very well. But when they would do the side view, it was sort of like, the rat tail thing going on.
Yeah, I went into a ponytail.
Yeah.
Well, now, what happened Stevie Wonder Week? You were doing so great, and everybody loved you every week. And then Stevie Wonder Week came. You were the first one out.
Yeah.
And that was the first week it looked like your stars started to fall.
Yeah, no, that was a really bad week for me, too. That was the first week that I had hair and makeup help me, and wardrobe help me, and on top of it, a couple of the producers had asked me to walk around to that little stage, so the sound in there is bad enough, but when I came out, I had done everything that they wanted, and then it just ruined me. I didn't like how I looked. I looked like I was supposed to go to a barbecue, not be on TV.
I thought you looked just fine.
Oh, of course
you did.
Ace,
God.
all I had to hear every goddamn week from my sister was, Ace, 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 Ace.
I was able to vote for you 250 times this last week.
Wait, your sister's voting?
Oh, dude, you don't understand how insane she is for Ace.
My sister loves Ace Young, but I don't think she's actually voting.
No, hundreds of times.
Dawn, you voted 250 times for Ace?
Yes, I did, because with the texting,
Stalker.
you can just sit and hit resend. It's really easy stuff.
What was your favorite week?
My favorite week was when he did the George Michael song.
Father Figure.
Yeah.
That's good. I've been writing music since I was 11, and the only two songs that are even close to the style that I do is Father Figure and Butterflies.
Ace.
It was perfect.
Ace, she doesn't care about your singing style.
No, I do.
She cares about your eyes.
It's those eyes.
And the long hair.
The soulful eyes looking out at the crowd, looking right at Dawn.
I know. He wants me.
What was the decision to do "We Will Rock You" during Queen Week?
That was mine. That was mine, and I have to put out my great thanks to Brian May for sticking up for me after that.
Yeah, that's pretty cool because you got a bad rap.
Right. In the editing, it looked like
it made it sound like you were a prick trying to change the whole arrangement of their song.
Yeah, and it made it look like we didn't get along.
And then Brian May came out and said that's bullshit or whatever. They kind of edited that whole thing.
Yeah, you wanted to be introduced as Ace Mercury, I heard.
That would have been to live up to. I think just doing the Queen songs was enough.
Yeah.
I made sure to put Brian May's whole statement on my MySpace so that everybody knew that Ace was a dick.
Dawn, you're a stalker.
She is. Ace, are you finding a lot of girls like this to you?
No, she is the first.
Yeah,
the only one.
Do you have a restraining order against Paula Abdul? like who is she banging this season, or trying to bang?
Opie, he's still involved.
Oh, I'm
sorry. No.
Ace,
we were so separated from them. I guess from all the stuff that happened previously that we only saw the judges really when we came out on stage.
Yeah. Really? I gotta tell you, I really like Simon.
Simon's cool.
Don't you think? Don't you think now that you've gone through the whole process that he's the only one that is truly honest?
Oh yeah, no. After the show, he came up to me and he gave me a hug and he said, "Ace, I have a feeling I'm going to see a lot of you."
That's pretty cool because Paula Abdul loves everybody. Oh my God, and she's a cheerleader. Randy Jackson almost is honest, but he can't really go too negative, so he does the whole. I don't know, dog. That's the most honest he could get out of the whole thing.
Well,
but Simon is just like cut and dry. It's like boom.
Yeah, and he's always giving you a backhanded compliment.
Right, right.
That's what he seems to do. Hey, you're involved though with the tour, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
All the top 10 gets a tour.
Yeah, boy, who was 11?
Kevin Covenant.
Chicken Little.
I think that was calculated.
He's my boy.
Yeah.
He's gonna have to come visit.
You keep in touch?
Yes.
That's cool.
So Ace, who do you think's going to win the whole thing?
Well, if you'd asked me 3 weeks ago, I would have said that it would have been Chris Cat and Paris. But right now, the only two that haven't been in the bottom three are Kelly and Taylor. So I have no idea.
Yeah, Taylor.
I love Taylor, but
Taylor's pretty cool.
I think they're going to knock him out before the top three.
Yeah, Chris had out of the gate, man. Chris had a lot of juice, but yeah, I think it might be his style. Might be getting to people like, all right, some people might be thinking One Trick Pony, even though he did a great job on that slower song. But
Yeah, it's definitely surprising to me too, and it's going to be nice to watch from outside the bubble.
Yeah, a lot of pressure though, I guess, huh?
Oh yeah.
When you're in there.
You got the whole world watching.
Yeah, how does it feel to all of a sudden just be live in front of, 30 to 40 million people?
It's the best rush you'll ever have in your life. Performing.
Yeah.
You're Dawn.
Because you have...
Dawn's just... Don't rub yourself, Opie.
I have to take a
like
leak.
It was my sister.
I have to take a leak.
You bastard.
I did just grab my crotch at the worst time.
Terrible. Well, Ace, continued success, man.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah. See, he seems like a cool guy. I was kind of bashing your soulful look a few weeks back, but you really seem like a cool guy, and my sister really digs you. So,
Thank you.
Good luck, man.
You're going to go far, Ace.
Coming in right now.
Dawn, any last words for Ace Young?
You are going to go far. You are an amazing
I can't wait to meet the Fantasy. I'm in number 7.
Wait.
I can't wait to see the break.
Wait, Ace, your phone crapped out a little bit there.
Yeah, your phone crapped out bad.
We didn't hear what you said, your last statement.
Yeah, we're losing you. Ace?
Oh, he's gone.
There he is.
Again.
No, he's still there. All right, Dawn, there he goes.
All right, Ace is gone.
Now he's gone. So, Dawn.
Yeah.
Who is your favoriteest brother ever?
Oh, you are now. Sorry, Joseph.
All right, go finish yourself off, you pervert.
Love you guys. Take care.
Bye, Dawn.
All right.
Bye.
My little sister, Dawn.
That was a very nice brotherly thing to do.
That's all I heard from her. All I heard was Ace, Ace, Ace. And I'm texting her during the show going, he's gone. He's gone. This is it. He's going to get the boot.
Hold on a minute. I just thought of something. This could be sibling day. Because your brother loves, your sister loves Ace Young.
Oh, yeah. My brother, too. He's just in love with the guy.
And my brother actually loves Jimmy Johnson, the NASCAR driver.
Oh, there you go.
And
Have him do the interview.
The last time we had Jimmy Johnson on, I was trying to get my brother Brett, who owns FH Riley's, by the way, another fine cheap plug. We haven't gotten the plugs in lately.
He's almost getting as good as Jimmy.
He's not. He doesn't understand. Not that you don't do a good job. I mean, if you knew what you were talking about, you would just
plug at FH Riley's, 400 New York Avenue, Huntington.
No, but the way
going to be there all weekend.
I would try to do it more subtly. I personally it's easy for me to sit here and plug the Orpheum May 12th with David Tell, but why would I do that when we were talking about Dawn and Ace? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, it would make sense.
Absolutely not. My sister's also a big Ace fan, but freely.
Of course.
All right,
kind of cute little nameplay.
Yeah.
LOL.
Hey, is your sister a fan of Scott Weiland or Duff McKagan? Because she could talk to them.
Who's Duff McKagan?
From Guns N' Roses.
McKagan? Where have you been?
I was here.
From Guns N' Roses.
What did he do? I know Slash and Axl.
Well, Duff did a fine job.
Duff did a lot of drugs.
Oh, is he going to call in, Duff McKagan, or coming in?
Duff McKagan and possibly Scott Weiland will be calling the show today.
Scott Weiland, I know his name
10.
too.
And my brother will talk to Jimmy Johnson later. We'll have to make that happen today because he let me down last time. Okay. All right, we'll take a break here, and we'll continue with the Opie and Anthony program. We got some Imus audio, we got some news clips, we got to talk about Maury Povich and other things on the way. Okay,
right.
The latest from Godsmack. You're checking out the Opie and Anthony program on XM Satellite Radio. The One virus continues to spread. Can't you guys just be happy for us today, please?
No.
Well, go on.
There
please.
has to be miserable people.
Let's try to get to 9 o'clock. Where everyone's just happy.
Has to be some miserable people that just, even though they have not heard a show yet, they are miserable about this whole thing.
This deal sucks for us hardcore fans.
Uh-oh, let's see what that guy has to say.
I disagree.
Me too.
Strongly. Mike in New Jersey, what's up?
Speak
I'm
your
not
piece.
a miserable person. I love you guys. You know, I've been signed on since you first came to XM.
Attaboy, Mikey.
Yeah.
But it just seems like, you know, you guys, the first 3 hours of the show or whatever are the best part, and that's going to have commercials and everything that, like, really fucking sucks.
But it says that deal sex for us hardcore fans, but if you're a hardcore fan, right off the bat you get another hour of radio a day, possibly 2 hours of radio on some days. We get access to hundreds and hundreds of hours of our old material that we want to replay.
And are we really bringing naked women in here and doing things, or are we just really having fun conversations with each other?
No, it's fun conversations, I agree, but...
I will agree with this, Mike. When we go to commercials on terrestrial radio, okay, it's going to be very, very important what XM does in that time.
Yeah.
You know, I hope Eric Logan has a grasp of it. I hope he gets some very creative people to really figure out what is going on while we're in commercials, you know, down the street. You know?
I agree, and
that's where I do agree with you. If we start playing, you know, the same old promos over and over again, they're tired, yeah, there's going to be a real problem. But we got some creative minds here at XM, and I hope they finally get involved and really take our material and make it into something where you go, wow, this is very, very cool.
And you got to understand something else. It is a change. A lot of people don't like change. It is a change that will have a few sacrifices, but the upside is it's going to add so many new things that we're going to be able to work with and make fun.
Part of me, like, I appreciate it. I'm happy for you guys because you add onto radio. The other part, you know, I'm kind of concerned, like, for the fans and everything, because I guess I'm going to, like, withhold judgment from, like, bashing you guys or anything until I actually see what you do on regular radio.
Yeah. Well, and you're going to have to give it, you know, a couple weeks. It's going to be weird for a couple
of weeks. Dude, it was weird enough just sitting in the studio trying to do a show with the different dynamic between the three of us. You know, we're comfortable here. You want a little reference point? Grab up the first week of shows from XM. And see how awkward and weird those were. Remember that, Oh?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
They stunk. It was very hard to get used to being in this atmosphere. That's kind of what we're going to have to work through. So you can't make a judgment. People are making a judgment based on our announcement broadcast. Not even a show. We went in for as long as we wanted, announced that we were on, took some calls from old listeners, and we were out. And people are actually judging that as what we're doing.
See, just relax. That's where I've changed. I would stay up all hours of the night, you know, watching all the broadcasts about us, going to the message boards, reading every single article.
Listen to my voice from yelling at the message board, and they can't even hear me.
I went to Whackbag. I read, you know, a lot of positive, a lot of concerns and all that, and then it started getting ridiculous. I'm like, you know what? Done.
Out.
Bye. X out.
Well, you know,
time to go to bed.
Do you know? Best of luck with everything, and you know, I hope that you can do it because you guys are talented enough.
Like I said before, we did it for 10 years, man. We've been doing regular radio. XM.
You guys even said that you can't go back to terrestrial radio. Like, I remember you guys saying that. Like, you said you can't do the show on terrestrial radio. Like,
yeah, not exclusively. It would frustrate the shit out of us.
We still have XM, which is we appreciate XM. Believe me,
we still have XM, and we run a whole channel. And now it's up to us to develop this channel in ways that we haven't yet.
That's why we can go back, because we have this. If it was exclusively terrestrial, we'd go crazy. This is something we can use both mediums to make each one better.
Like, for instance, this is a new bit that I'm pitching, and the guys are up in the air.
Right, Jim?
I want to do a segment, and it's called Teabag the Retarded Baby. Now, I'm probably going to have trouble with that on terrestrial, so that's one we'll save for satellite.
Let's run it past the lawyers.
That's right. They may enjoy it.
And see if there's a way we can do it.
I'll ask Lisa Lampanelli next time we see her. Because that's, by the way, who is the head lawyer for XM. She looks exactly like her. It's the same face.
Oh my God, are you insane?
That's lawyer lady.
Oh my God, she's gonna hate you forever.
That's
You are now hated.
Why? She looks like a thinner Lisa, but she looks just like.
Look at him tries to.
Like she's not gonna be Googling that as we speak to see what she looks like.
You Google this cover,
Mike,
you'll
That
see
was
it.
a spinning back-fisted compliment.
Mike, do us a favor and just hang in there for a few weeks before you really start worrying, okay?
Most definitely I will, but congrats on your new success and everything. I hope you guys can do it.
Thank you, and have faith, dude. My new segment, "Hurt the Minority with a Rock," is going to be a big hit.
Yeah, see, Jimmy, I haven't seen the creative juices flow in Jimmy in a long time.
Amazing.
He's coming up with ideas. You're going to come up with more of these ideas as the day goes on, Jimmy?
Left and right, I got him.
All right, you continue writing. Look, he's just writing away, people. He's just writing away. He's just scribble. Look, listen.
The Rock.
Writing away.
Just writing away.
So far, I've come up with 2 new bits for this program.
One premiere, whatever that means. What's up?
Hey, guys. How you doing?
Good. What's going on?
I had a question. Yesterday you said you were meeting with the lawyers after your show to find out what the new kind of appropriate content was going to be. And that's kind of worried me. It's because when you did NEW, it was before the FCC crackdown. So has shit changed after that, or what's the deal?
We're going to find out. We got a meeting right after this program over there.
Yeah, things have changed. It's the way we present things. We have always had the knack, the talent to be able to work around things. We don't get fined because we said things that were like bad. We get threatened to be fined because we send people out to do awful things on the streets.
That's right.
Which we shan't be doing. But don't worry so much. Why don't people friggin' wait and see? Wait a couple of weeks.
Well, why don't you tell Liz? Liz is very happy.
Give us 20 minutes. If you don't like the show after 20 minutes, remember that one?
Yeah. Yep.
Good old Rick's quote.
Stupid Rick.
Okay, Liz.
Hi, guys.
Hi, Liz.
I don't know if it's a credit to you guys or maybe an embarrassment to me, but when I listened to the show yesterday, I was really upset. I've been a fan of you guys since NEW, and I know what you've been saying for the last 2 hours or hour and a half. But when I bought XM, I bought it because of you, and I do listen to some of the other stations. 99% of the time it's on 202. I bought it because it was promoted then and now as essentially commercial-free and uncensored.
Right.
And Opie, an hour ago you said, maybe I won't quote you exactly, but we'll do our crazy stuff from 9 to 11. Why do I, as the paying XM customer, get the short end of the stick?
Goodbye, Liz. We don't need you anymore.
That's right. We got your money. Tell your story, walking toots.
That's right. That's what we say today. No. Goodbye, Liz.
Oh, my God. And just for that, you're going to miss our new commercial radio feature, Kick the Fat Girl in the Cunt.
Goodbye, Liz.
Thanks. Take care.
Look,
goodbye.
I will not sit here and condone that type of action.
Let's be honest. We don't need people like Liz anymore.
That's right.
Liz, I apologize.
Jimmy and I don't.
We don't apologize.
And the only reason Anthony's apologizing because he's on some kind of narcotics for his cough.
I am
and
so
sore throat.
stoned right now. And you are not going to get you signed on for this program and not commercials. You're not going to get the commercials. Don't worry about it. You're going to get material. You're going to get things. You're going to get entertaining stuff.
And the point, and actually, she has a very valid question. Why should I, as the paying customer, have to wait until 9? Because bad things happen to good people.
That's right. So long, Liz.
Did you make that up?
I certainly didn't. That's another way of saying, toughen up, whore.
Holy shit.
What are you going to do? Cancel?
Oh, God damn.
Oh, this Discovery Channel body.
Okay, look.
Where do you get slacks that have a 60 waist and a 28 leg?
All right, you boys better just calm the fuck down.
We've been too polite. This is what we
What did you
do
just
now.
cough up, Jim? Your soul?
Oh, it really was awful. No more Mr. Nice Guy.
That's right. So long, Liz.
That's right. Thanks for your support and for jacking up the stats a little bit. We don't need you no more.
People are upset. Oh, my dear, sweet Jesus. This is not the way we feel on this program, people. Do you remember when we went from WNEW and syndicated into Philly?
No, I don't. Thanks for the money.
It was our first syndicated market, Philly. Do you remember the heat we took from the people in New York? Because when we were just on in New York,
right,
we were able to do commercial breaks, and sometimes those commercial spots would last 10 minutes. We would go into break, and it wasn't really like it was a commercial break, because we would go off on either the Razor Rollerboard Scooter is a famous one, or a Stacker ad would come up, and it was like, all of a sudden we were like, oh wait, we were in a commercial break. And then when we syndicated, we had to sync up with Philly. And people in New York, remember how pissed they were? Do you remember how pissed off New York listeners were that we were syndicating?
Yeah, I do,
And they called us
actually.
sellouts and
Yeah.
said this is going to ruin the show. And we continued syndicating to Boston, to Cleveland,
Rochester,
to D.C., to Buffalo, and it worked. And people in New York all of a sudden forgot about it because the bottom line is they were enjoying the program. How are you making a judgment now? Wait. If you're still not digging what we're doing after a while, call up and bitch, and we will call you a cunt and hang up on
That's
you
right.
again. But you will have a valid point. Right now, I cannot see anyone having a valid point based on, first of all, just the deal as it is, based on what you heard yesterday, which was our announcement. Just calm down, XM people. Relax. Calmo. Take a glass dildo. Put it in you. Find a big black gorilla hand to rub your belly with and say, "Calmo."
But don't forget that Philadelphia syndication thing. I mean, that's nothing compared to the way the show's going to change now. I mean, that was kids' play,
Jimmy,
compared to the things that we're no longer doing.
Jimmy
What's up,
Norton.
Oh,
and let's be honest. Do we really need Philly?
Oh my God! Don't blow up. I can't be part of it.
Hope.
Stop it.
What? Excuse me, tall duck.
Don't make fun.
Excuse me, can I borrow your belt? I got to save someone in the river.
There are people involved with us that are very important to the function of this program. They include listeners. They include staff. They include behind-the-scenes technical people.
Right.
None of which should be made light of.
Oh, it's just awful. It's almost offensive.
Oh, my God.
But, no, XM listeners, look, we understand you're concerned.
Yes.
And we thought about that, and we understand you're concerned.
Oh, God. Yeah, and don't worry about the pal talk.
Absolutely. That's going away. You don't have to hear about it anymore. Look at each other, but you're no longer looking at the rich people.
No, we're hooking it up.
Oh.
You're going to see in the studio. It's wonderful.
Yeah.
You will see what's happening. We'll be able to carry on little conversations. You'll hear everything that goes on behind the scenes again. That will not be changing.
Just the time that it happens will be changing. You'll have 2 hours of behind-the-scenes chatter.
I'm kind of bummed that I didn't come up with a better belt joke.
It was a great one. Save somebody in the river?
No.
Yeah, what else are you going to do with it?
It had to be a joke about a really long
Being
belt.
really exaggerated, right?
Yeah.
Because you could save someone with a regular belt.
Yeah, I think you could save someone in the river if you use Travis's belt.
Oh, my God. No way.
Yeah.
You're getting your feet wet. Believe me.
Yeah.
You need a snorkel to
Save somebody in a wading pool. Travis's belt.
And it would be Travis. A little
Help.
baby pool.
Svelte gentleman.
In one of those little baby bathers. I'm in there as his legs are kicking.
I bet you Travis
He's got a full beard and mustache. Freak.
His mother washed him in the sink until he was 19 and a half.
A little wait.
Let's go to Rob. Rob on Long Island. Rob, We'll take more of your phone
guys?
calls because, yes, there's some very serious concerns today. Rob?
Hey.
Hey,
How
Rob.
you doing, sweet breasts?
Hey,
Keeping it FM friendly.
Attaboy, Rob, attaboy.
Yeah, I just wanted to say this might be the last time I actually get through to talk to you guys. I just wanted to do a little farewell because I know that since you guys are going to be blowing up, the phone lines are just probably going to be ringing off the hook the whole day. So.
Well, you know what it is? We're going to have, there are going to be exclusive XM lines.
That's right.
Which will probably be ignored for a while, but keep calling.
Probably.
Not that we don't like the XM people, but, we got to address our kind of true hardcore fans.
When we were considering this move, we had XM in mind. They just put in a phone system over there with 20 phone lines, Anthony, by the way.
20 phone lines.
20 phone lines, one dedicated to XM listeners.
That's right. Solely to XM. Let serious users try to use it. They can't.
That's right.
Okay, boys. Farewell.
19 lines for the people that get us for free, and one line dedicated to the dedicated XM listeners.
And you know what? On the pad now, when you have the data pad, we're doing, when we're over at CBS, the data's going to read, "Hello, mortgage payment."
I cannot fucking believe you, man.
He stinks, and I don't like him.
And I direct that toward you, Jimmy.
No, I can't say he stinks to mean me.
Poor people tend to live in clusters.
Oh, what an obnoxious bastard.
What are you talking about? I love the listeners, and you know that.
That's right.
I go into Pally Chat, or whatever that place was called. I used to go in there and talk.
Pal Talk.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's cute.
Oh, look how you've alienated everyone. Look
That's
at the phones.
good.
Look at the phones.
That's good. The screeners aren't putting anybody through. They know better.
No, the phones aren't ringing because, well, actually, when too many people call, this is what happens.
Oh, is that it? They're calling in
You're trying
anger?
to say now one person's calling the show right now?
That's what I'm thinking. They've been so offended by Jimmy's statements, and you're cackling at them.
Offended? Why? I'm happy. I'm absolutely happy that there are hardcore fans out there that have waited 4 years, and we're gonna get to talk to again.
The best part of this, Master Poe is now wearing a suit every day.
That you understand how beautiful. I want to make him wear flippers, like scuba flippers. He should have to wear a suit and scuba flippers. And then karate kick the door open with that.
Like to hear the slap as he hits the door. Yeah. Ant sounds like someone is slowing down his audio. Are we playing the drunk audio game today? No, I am really running slow today.
Ant's sick.
I am so over-medicated that I really feel buzzed.
Well, Anthony doesn't want to
feel like I took a Vicodin.
Anthony doesn't want to tell everyone that he's just saving his energy for tomorrow.
When it counts.
When it counts.
Today's a throwaway. Remember we were laughing on the way in? Ha ha ha, throw this one away. LOL. And Ben said, I forgot that. And we're like, who cares? Just don't forget it tomorrow.
Why work so hard when we're only talking to half the audience?
That's right. Not the good half.
Oh, my God.
Man, you said that as you were crossing the street today.
I did not.
You don't remember because you're on a lot of narcotics right now.
I'm on a lot of medication right now.
That's right. I think you would,
I was delirious.
I think you would find this just as funny if you weren't on narcotics.
Absolutely. You're doped up.
All right. Know how bad you're making the XM audience feel?
We love the XM audience.
They've been here. You know something?
They gotta loosen up.
Trash.
They gotta loosen up. They're getting way too serious today. They gotta loosen up.
That's right. Lighten up a little.
Here's Jeremy Hoover from Indiana. All you guys did was badmouth free radio. Now you're going back. I love you guys
bet.
truly, but I smell sellout.
Oh,
sir, we badmouthed. No.
What?
I must spin. I'm pirouetting over here.
You're going to try to spin that one?
Yeah, you know what I smell? It smells like sellout, but it's actually the smell of a wallet that's so full of cash.
That's right.
You stink.
We said, show us the money they did, and now we love them.
That's right.
That's
great. And now we show them the euphemisms.
I can't be bothered with this. I got to find another bank that's going to give me a savings account.
That's right. Steve from Yellowstone can take a leap with his filthy mouth.
Jeremy, do you understand something, sir?
right,
Do you understand that free radio, terrestrial radio, must have stunk because we weren't on it?
Absolutely.
They had to search us out to
God.
find us.
You could be the greatest spin doctor ever.
To put us on there. Of course we were going to say it stunk. We weren't there.
Hold on a second.
We were dissed. And then they realized we had to be on it.
I don't want that Pal Talk camera can look at the back of Hawk's computer.
That's right.
I'm exclusive to CBS for all video.
That's right. Jimmy is officially off the Pal Talk camera.
That's right.
And as his new agent, if you want to see Jimmy Norton, you're going to have to pay.
Absolutely. I am exclusive to CBS with video.
But he's willing to listen if you're willing to pay to see Jimmy in the morning.
Someone in Arizona is happy that he's going to be able to listen to the XM portion of the show during his commute into work now.
There you go.
Because the time difference starts at 9. Now it's 6 o'clock.
Oh, okay.
Do you know what? The West Coast may be benefiting a little better than we thought.
Benefits. East Coast, go fuck yourselves.
Right. See, I knew we would get Anthony on our side.
I turned it around. Here's why. You want to talk about generosity? Now you can look at me.
You're going to give him a freebie today, right?
That's right. Go ahead. Drink it in.
Because Monday you're going to have to pay to see Jim Norton.
That's right.
By the way, because of this deal, a lot of things are happening. The guests are getting better already. We couldn't get the American Idol people on this show, but also, our profile has been raised, and all of a sudden, like, oh yeah, of course the American Idol people have to go on Opie and Anthony. And if you're not an American Idol fan, that to you, you're like, whatever. We've never talked to Scott Weiland before, and all of a sudden he's calling the show. And is the press release out yet? The DirecTV announcement?
I don't know.
That the One Pest got done?
How big was this?
The One Pest got it done, and it didn't hurt that all of a sudden we got a little exposure in the last week.
Mm-hmm. This was huge, and I don't know how the naysayers are going to spin this one.
They're supposed to release an official press release today.
Yeah.
Is it out yet from DirecTV?
I don't know. Apparently, you might remember DirecTV removed all talk programming from their channels and just stuck with the XM music channels. They threw a few more music channels in there to replace Major League Baseball and 202 here, High Voltage, which includes our program, the Opie and Anthony Show. They pulled it off of DirecTV. Well, the pests got involved and started an email campaign that must have just been a nightmare for the people over at DirecTV. How many letters can you get addressed to Ramon? And that apparently is what was happening over there. They just got pounded, and it didn't stop.
I gotta point out, because what I love about the pests, they can be so obnoxious.
Yeah.
But they also could be intelligent.
Yeah.
I saw a lot of the emails that they were sending, and I love how we play it both ways with that.
Yeah.
We make it a nightmare, but we also have, very intelligent people that also make their points.
The sheer quantity of that our 5 listeners, as people put it, were able to send over there, as far as emails go, to tell DirecTV, look, we're signed up because of O&A. We like the fact that they're on DirecTV. Put them back on. And lo and behold, they put us back on DirecTV. Just us, by the way. We're the only talk that's going to be on DirecTV. They didn't replace any of the other talk channels.
It's amazing how so many people don't like the pests. I never understood this dislike of the pests by other listeners. I can see if you don't want any one subject talked about, but some people, and I don't care how they spin it, get so irritated that the pests get a lot of attention because it's this is a legitimate thing. Hardcore fans, we feel like we kind of got jerked a little bit. Hardcore fans reacted and, called in. They're going to, they got nothing better to do. But it's how could, even if you don't like the something being talked about, how could you not side with hardcore fans who do something like that for the show, which we appreciate
what they do.
Unbelievable.
And once again, they have a balance, because if it's just obnoxious phone calls over and over again, DirecTV would probably go, all right, this will die down. But, there was some very intelligent phone calls being made and emails being sent, and that was just as important in this whole thing.
There are people who look at the old show and have different memories of the old show, and look at this show maybe because their lives are different. And I'm not saying worse, but maybe the show doesn't. I don't know what it is, man. Oh, it's not as funny, but there's something there. Like, because you see certain things getting criticized that shouldn't be. Like, how could you think that anyone that hardcore, that like No Filter Paul was mentioning people walking over with us from the thing tomorrow, just to be stupid, and there are people going, oh, we have jobs. Oh, wow, sorry. That there's fans that actually just want to walk us over and be idiots. Like 5 years ago, if that had been thrown out on the air, you wouldn't be typing that. You would have been, there. You understand what I'm saying? It's like, you got 5,000 posts on a board. Mm-hmm. It's great that you're that hardcore, but how can you be so elitist as to think that you're this fucking educated fan and somebody willing to come down is not? I mean, I don't understand that. That kind of
they all get into these categories.
It's weird, man.
It's cliques and little sects.
Are some of the listeners really going to do that tomorrow? That would be kind of cool.
I don't know. I mean, with that fucking British idiot running things, probably not. It'll just be him with his Lego person hairdo running around.
By the way,
ball gut.
Oh, he's awful.
By the way, we didn't promote it, because I know what's going to happen. Tomorrow we're going to leave CBS to come over here to continue our radio show. We'll have about 5 or 6 fans with some signs following us. The news will probably be there filming, right? And then Howard and Bubba and the rest of them. See, I told you they had 5 listeners. Yeah. Oh, the O&A Army. The O&A Army.
This is what's going to bail
Looks like
out,
the whole army showed up for their march from one studio to the other.
This is what's going to replace me.
So I'm going on record to say we didn't promote this. If it happens tomorrow, that'd be cool, but...
Here's what Bubba will say tomorrow. It's a Howard 101. That's what that stomach-stapled Tampa Bay jizz bucket will say. Well, I got a kid to watch.
Name the time or place except then.
Yes, name the time or place except then and there. You groveling, boot-looking bucket of shit.
Branford.
Bucket of poop. Sorry, CBS.
Branford from Whackbag is rewinding a little bit. He doesn't want Nathaniel, who talking about Nathaniel losing all the weight. He doesn't want him to become thanorexic.
Oh my God!
I don't know. I think that was pretty good.
Actually, that's pretty good. I just like it because Than doesn't like anything that starts with Than anymore.
Oh no!
Like he won't say fantastic. Yeah. So now I write. Okay, that's thunderful. Like, I'll just write any word and put Than at the beginning just because I know it annoys him in emails.
Why is he being such a fanhole about it?
I don't know.
Hey, let's say hi to,
Why don't you Thanton up?
Let's say hi to Pete on Long Island. Pete?
Sense at all.
Good morning, boys. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Anthony, before it gets crazy tomorrow, just want to wish you a happy birthday.
Oh, first day.
Tomorrow is Anthony's birthday.
Anthony,
for real.
My card?
Cool. I didn't know we had the same birthday.
I actually saw Anthony opening up a birthday card today.
I did. Yes. Was that your card, sir?
It was a picture of Patrice?
Yes. Sent me a card with a little chimpanzee on the front. Jesus. You ass. It was very funny.
And
all right, Opie, see you Saturday.
Anthony,
F.H. Riley.
All right, cool. Anthony expects many, many presents tomorrow at both studios.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
You should.
I can buy my own.
I had no idea we shared the birthday, though.
Yes.
Jimmy,
April 26th.
Is that what it is?
It's your birthday 364 days out of the year.
I like Baby New Year.
Give Anthony one.
He has
one birthday day.
You can have July 19th.
Take it.
All right.
All right.
Raunchy radio hosts Opie and Anthony back on Free FM 4 years after they were booted for sponsoring a contest that led to a couple having sex in St. Patrick's Cathedral during Mass live on the radio.
We were bad boys, and we lost our careers. And we may have learned our lesson.
Maybe. No, we know a mistake when we see it.
When Howard Stern left for Sirius, his time slot was filled with rocker David Lee Roth, who bombed and was fired. CBS, desperate to boost ratings, hired the fired jocks, who will continue with their 2-hour show on XM satellite after their 3-hour morning show on Free FM.
They tried a complete unknown, a complete novice, David Lee Roth. Now they're going back to the tried and true, in a way, Opie and Anthony.
But will New York Catholics give the jocks another chance?
I don't agree with that.
So they're coming back on the radio again?
They shouldn't be allowed to. So you got to give them another chance. But if they did it again, that would be the end.
Anthony called me on Thursday of last week. He said, we want a fresh start.
and I am prepared to do that. After all, one of the things that the Catholic Church puts a premium on is forgiveness.
Opie and Anthony returned to Free FM full-time starting early Wednesday morning. CBS Radio hoping to reverse its steep audience decline since the departure of Howard Stern.
By the way, the women they interviewed outside St. Patrick's Cathedral, wow. They looked like they were nuns or something. Hey, we made the front page of the Boston Herald. Look at that. Opie and Anthony's message for Menino.
This isn't going to be good. I kind of remember this interview.
Well, we to explain, we did a lot of page 2 in the Boston Herald, a huge freaking article. Oh boy. I remember we were doing a lot of newspaper interviews yesterday, and by the time we got to the Boston Herald, we were very, very tired.
Yeah, we actually...
very tired. It was late in the afternoon that we finally talked to the Boston Herald.
We actually put in an 8-hour workday yesterday, people.
That's right.
So have a little sympathy, okay?
We did maybe 15 newspaper articles. We did, 5 or 6 TV interviews, which is weird because we talked to all the TV outlets for like 10, 15 minutes, and they used like 5 seconds of us. Hey, Mayor, we're back.
I just looked at the last paragraph there, and they used the line that I said. Oh no!
Oh wow!
Oh no!
This is way to.
No.
This one makes it fun for everybody.
Hey,
this is what I was saying earlier.
This is our third try back in Boston, by the way.
This gives us a lot more material to work with, this deal that we made. Well, it's the Boston Herald right on the front page, Opie and Anthony's message for Menino. Of course, the mayor of Boston. Unfortunately, he was the victim of one of our most famous pranks.
Yes.
The famous, the mayor is dead April Fool's prank. Yeah.
Oh, what a funny idea. Oh, funny people we were back then.
And page 2, you get a nice headline, Hey, Mayor, we're back. Although it's an exclamation point and a lot of A's in the word back, so maybe Jimmy should read that.
Jimmy, could you help out?
Sure can.
Yeah.
All right, Jimmy, could you read that headline accurately?
Hey, Mayor, we're back!
Now that's the way to read an exclamation point.
Bet. Back with 4 A's. Fired up shock jocks return to Hub. Raunchy shock jocks Opie and Anthony thank God for David Lee Roth and credit Boston Mayor Thomas Menino for catapulting their fantastic radio careers. This was Jessica, by the way, Jessica Haslam, who didn't seem like she was too thrilled to talk to us yesterday, by the way.
Was she the one that started all the sentences like that?
Yes.
I just want to ask you guys a couple of questions about the mayor. When you guys were in Boston, did you have what station was that? When are you guys going to do the... All right.
All right. Just print the press release like everyone else and get 2 stupid quotes from us. We have never been fired from a city more than Boston, Anthony Cumia told the Herald yesterday after CBS Radio announced the pair will replace Roth tomorrow morning in 7 cities, including Boston's BCN. Tell the mayor to forgive us. Tell the mayor to stop holding a grudge, added Greg Opie Hughes. The famous duo were fired from Boston radio the first time back in 1998 after telling listeners Menino had died in a car crash on April Fool's Day. There was a climate of radio back then where when you made mistakes like that, you got better jobs, Cumia said. It's no secret we wound up getting a much better job, and it kind of put us on the track to a fantastic radio career. After the Menino incident, the pair moved to New York, and their show became syndicated, airing again in Boston. CBS fired them 4 years ago after they aired a couple having sex in St. Patrick's Cathedral. It was a stupid move, Cumia said, of the live sex broadcast. Back then, we were caught up in that whole top yourself thing. The pair had been on XM Satellite Radio since October 2004. In a first-ever deal, their show will now be heard on both subscription and traditional radio. Roth bombed in replacing radio legend Howard Stern, who moved to Sirius Satellite Radio. It's the best gig in radio, Hughes said, of the pair's new deal. As for Roth, who was fired by CBS last Friday, Hughes said the former Van Halen frontman got in way over his head and lacked experience. Let's be honest, it's tough for anyone to follow Howard, said Hughes. David Lee Roth...
Howard Hughes.
Well, yeah. David Lee Roth did, failed miserably, so we come in and we look like heroes no matter what we do. The pair said it helps that they're once removed. Thank God for David Lee Roth, Cumia said. Cumia said, living up to the legend is a lot harder than living up to what Stern has done lately because he hasn't been putting on a quality show. As for any parting words for Menino, and this is Anthony's quote, as soon as he can give me one I can understand, I'll give him one.
See? Get it? Because you can't understand a goddamn word he said. She goes, do you have any parting words for the mayor? And I said, well, as soon as he gives me one I can understand, I'll give him one.
Right.
Huddle, huddle.
You gave her a great line, and she fucked it up in print.
She really did fuck it up in print.
She could have presented it much better.
Got to be explained a little bit.
Yes. Mayor Menino yesterday declined comment on the duo's return. So, front page of the Boston Herald, that's pretty damn cool.
And then you go to page 2, and there we are, the whole page.
And the New York Post buried the whole thing in their paper this morning, way in the back on a page with many, 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 many other stories. All right. Oh, we can play this too. I miss Still.
I know Boston is a little bit of a, they got some racial problems there. Do they have to put a headline, Crazed Chimps in Fatal Attack? I mean, police hunting for a band of rogue chimpanzees that escaped from Sierra Leone, preserve and mauled a group of, Oh, okay.
Oh, not Vegas?
All right. They're, they escaped from a wildlife thing. Okay. They cleared it up.
Yeah, what'd you think, Ed?
Nothing. I didn't know. I just...
Why'd you say that before you read it, I'm saying? I don't know what you mean.
Yeah, we're a little confused.
I thought it was I thought it was something different. I thought it was a local story, but it seems it's international.
What do you mean by a local story?
I thought it was a local Boston story.
And if it were?
If it were, it might have had a different meaning.
Like?
But now, since it's not a local story, the whole thing I said that has no meaning at all.
What meaning do you think it
need not even be repeated.
I just got confused. I get scared.
That old gag. Ben's raw ass.
Hey guys, I gotta, seeing that now we're now going to be on regular radio. Maybe Jimmy'd be able to pitch the idea of a new game. Bury the coat hanger on the pregnant lady.
What type of hurtful humor is that, sir? I don't know why you would think that discussing a woman's private areas and an unborn baby would be funny, but I personally don't subscribe to that type of humor.
Yeah, Jesus.
Oh, come on.
No, sir, you don't understand that.
Especially before 9 a.m.
Absolutely, before 9 What type of talk is that? The game I'm talking about is put the foot in the belly.
Okay.
It's a different one, where someone stands against the wall, and you run and do a flying leap into the belly, and it goes, and the water comes out. Kerplunk, ding! A prize is won.
See?
Punch it out.
That's the sound it makes. Kerplunk, ding!
You know Drew Boogie's going to have a whole remix to that.
Oh, that could sound good.
Give him a clear one.
Kerplunk, ding!
All right, I want everybody to make note of what time it is.
All right, time to have fun.
Now, see?
It's time
See,
to fucking
people?
curse.
Was that so difficult?
Absolutely.
We could have been angels for the whole time that we were on the air. Angels. And now, look.
That's right.
Now it's time to take your XM, flush it down the toilet, buy a Sirius, and go fuck your mother.
Yeah, that's
there
right.
There you go, Anthony. That's the Anthony we know and
now
love.
I'm back. See, I'm nice CBS Anthony before 9 o'clock. I just wanted to play what you got. What you were hearing from me, people, was nice CBS Anthony. Now I'm outrageous shock jock. Anthony, in parentheses, for some reason. I saw my name in parentheses. It said Anthony Cumia.
What about...
It was Greg Opie, in parentheses Hughes, and Anthony... Like my name is Tom. Anthony...
is your stage name.
It's Tom Anthony Cumia.
Anthony is your actor's name.
Yeah, what...
Were you acting between 7 and 9, by the way?
Yes, by the way, that was
very
acting.
good. Hey,
I was
wow.
playing the good guy.
Wow.
The guy that will keep us out of trouble. Now, I don't care about anything.
And here's what the XM people will get. Shit, piss, fuck, fart. That's what you get for 2 hours.
Yeah, here we go. Look. Ew,
Shit,
that was
piss.
a juicy one. Just ran down my leg right into my shoe.
That's right. Shit, piss, fuck, fart. That's what you get.
Jimmy, drink this out of my shoe like a prince drinking champagne out of a princess's glass slipper.
Gulp. Shit, piss, fuck, fart. That's what you get.
There you go, XM people. Are you happy
That's
now?
what you get.
Are you happy?
Shut up! Shut the fuck up! Shut up! Will you shut up? Shut up! Shut up!
Oh, thank God we can play all these now.
God damn it! Are you fucking with me?
Shut up, you damn asshole! Shut up, you damn asshole!
This is a giant cock. This is a giant cock. This is a giant cock.
Ooh. You better get your head and your ass wired together, or I will take a giant shit on you.
See? Now it's fun, people.
That's right.
Here's where the fun starts.
I'm a fucking idiot. I'm a fucking idiot.
Woo!
Party! Cunt! What is your problem, you insensitive asshole?
Can I hear that Goldblum cut again?
Goddamn rich cunt!
That a good one?
Jeff Goldblum from
Yes.
Death Wish.
Death Wish. And of course, the most offensive clip we have.
I bring nothing to the table. Oof. Even for XM, that's too awful. Oof. That should only be played in dark rooms.
That's not the most offensive. That's the most honest.
Oh, behave.
Is this on? Is this on?
No.
Is this on?
No.
I just love that we're on in West Palm Beach.
Yeah.
The home of E-Rock's parents.
E-Rock's parents can now be proud of the work he does on this program.
I bring nothing to the table. And so can their friends. Is that the show your boy is on?
Oh, no. I heard your son is going to be broadcasting here. I'll give a listen. And then the parents want to say, no, please don't listen. Like, anytime I'm doing business, which I do a lot of business, people find out what I do, especially buying the house and stuff like that. You meet with people and stuff. And they go, oh, what do you do? Oh, radio. And you tell them where and what. And they go, oh, I'm going to have to listen. And you want to tell them, no, don't.
Please don't.
Just don't. You will not get it.
They'll hear part. We heard Eric today. He didn't have lunch because he said he brought nothing to the table. Was he hungry?
Why are they old Jewish people?
Oh, it's West Palm. What do you think?
Okay.
Well, what do you think? This is West Palm. Hey, how you doing? No, this is West Palm. He must have been hungry again. He didn't bring anything to the table.
Take the pen. Take the pen.
Why doesn't he know if the microphone's on? They were going to find it, Henry.
I don't enjoy the way they treat him on that program. They don't give him the respect he is due.
I bring nothing to the table. And his parents be trying to spin it. Oh, that's just in fun. No. They treat him like a piece of garbage.
No, it's just a character on a program. But he's an integral part of the program.
That's right. The character is called Eric.
Can we take a break now?
This is what we should do, by the way. As soon as we get back over from our long walk, we talk for 6 minutes, we say, fuck, we take a break.
Like the way you think.
I say we start taking our time with our little walk every morning.
Goddamn right, we're going to take our time, and then you know what? You know over here? It's break time.
Oh, guys calling me out that my name was in quotation marks, not parentheses.
Whatever. You knew what you meant. Who cares
You're right.
if you're stupid?
And then he goes on, you effing, like the CBS friendly tone dolt. See, this is how you use parentheses. Love you, sweetie. All right, I won't ban you. I pardon you.
Okay, we
pointed that out.
Stop, Jimmy. Stop, Jimmy.
Jimmy, you would best settle down. Settle down. Why don't you find a nice girl and settle down?
I settle down every night.
It's very inside, unfortunately, but making us laugh really hard.
Yeah, if you could see the lima bean cheeks. 2 lima beans and a pair of slacks. Ooh.
Derek, do something, please.
Us back back in.
Go ahead, Jimmy.
Thanks a lot. You're listening to the Opie and Anthony Show here on Free Radio. If you're smart.
Oh, shit. Let's say, what were you saying about Pal Talk, by the way, before we get back to the phones here?
Oh, I missed something good. E-Rock points
What happened,
out.
E-Rock?
Somebody was getting changed.
Yeah, and she put on her pants, and I missed before because she came out of the bathroom with her thong on.
Is she top dog on Pal Talk?
That seems to be the case these days. Like a lot of people commenting.
All right. Let's go back to the phone. Say hi to Cindy in New Jersey. Cindy, what's up today? How are you?
I want
Welcome to the program.
compare you guys to the Beatles.
Ooh.
When the Beatles left the UK,
Two of us are dead.
That's right.
Who's old
You guys are just-
Puddinhead?
I don't want to be George Harrison. I'd rather be Lennon.
Yes,
I think Eric would be Ringo.
yeah, Cindy.
So you were this little band on XM, and now you're going to be this big thing, and that's why everybody's so upset. It's like going to Ed Sullivan for you guys.
Why does it have to be 1965?
Exactly. That comparison, you know what? It makes me want to like actually turn you around and karate kick your spine.
I like to think we're more like the Louisiana Purchase. We were like small at first, just a small colony, just trying to get along, and then all of a sudden we bought a bunch of land from France.
That's right.
Or something.
I want to think we're more like AIDS. We started off kind of just peppered in a few anuses here and there, and now we're all over the place and everyone's talking about us.
Before you know it, when Rock Hudson stumbled out for that press conference, everyone knew who AIDS was.
That's right.
But that's why
You know, they buried him with upside down.
Why?
You're not going to be our little show anymore.
So all his friends
It was like
couldn't
a
fuck him in the ass.
club that
I don't
we
know what
all
the punchline is.
Me neither.
Got the punchline to them.
Hold on, what were you saying, sweetheart? Say that again.
What is the
You guys were
punchline?
like our...
Yeah, you can say it.
So his friends could visit, or what's the punchline?
I don't remember either.
Why did they bury Rock Hudson upside down?
I don't know.
There's something so his friends could come
park their bikes or something like that.
No, that's something
different joke.
What's the fucking line?
Because
fucking the shit out of me.
Somebody, I went to the old Rock Hudson joke. Why'd they bury him upside down? And then there's an answer which will bring amusement to all who hear it.
Yes. Oh well. All right. I'm sorry for interrupting.
Yeah, what were you
story
saying?
with that.
So you guys are a
It's
special...
amazing how a lot of times those old jokes you just like you think you
just
know the
slip your
punchline.
mind,
and
right?
I've heard it a million times and I can't remember it.
times. All right, Cindy.
All right, thanks, guys.
We didn't hear what you said. No, you keep interrupting us. Go ahead.
You guys?
Yes.
We're our
Why the Beatles?
special
Oh, that
little
was
show. Because I love the Beatles, that's why, and I love you guys, so...
all right. Cool.
All right, thanks, you guys.
All right. Do you think that the Beatles? You're saying like that they blew up and all of a sudden instead of becoming like a little secret find, they became a big thing, right?
All our girls have two legs, so we're not anything like the Beatles.
Exactly. Do you really want to see that? If she's pointing and kicking, she looks like the letter F.
Why is Poe in here? Master Poe. E-Rock, you called in Master Poe?
Just say what you wanted to say.
Master Poe's dressed very well.
Nice suit, Poe. That's sarcastic. He was making fun of your pants before.
What?
Look at Poe. Eric was making...
Poe looks like a well-dressed gentleman.
It looks
today.
like a Reservoir Dogs outfit.
Right.
Mr. Poe.
That's true.
But he was pointing out, he said that, Hawk said that you're
Mr. Blonde.
Your slacks.
Mr. Pink. Master Poe.
He was saying that your slacks were not long enough. That was what Hawk was saying, and I didn't notice.
Let me see.
Yes. What was the word you used, Eric? He looks like Chaplin.
He bought that suit. He's updating his look because of the new deal. You look like you should be in Pulp Fiction. He's got the Pulp Fiction. The Pulp Fiction suit. Get the camera from inside the trunk as he opens it up. Perfect. Yeah, that mic wasn't on.
Wasn't on.
That's all right, Poe.
That one.
That one's on over there. Poe, can you kick ass in a suit? That's all I want to know. Does the suit give you the ability to maybe use your tie as some kind of strangulation device? Yeah. You could still high kick. See, perhaps that's why the pants may be a little shorter. Yeah, talk into that mic.
Hey, guys.
Okay.
How we doing today?
Uh-oh.
That mic's not working.
It's not working, huh?
Yeah, try that
What
one.
the
hell?
I'm not going back and forth?
That's CBS.
No, they're rewiring stuff around here, so that mic over there should work. What is Ed doing?
That one works. Let's see who's faster here.
Now, Pope.
All right.
Gentlemen.
The suit looks good.
Thank you.
Yeah, that doesn't work either.
I think that mic's working. Jimmy, check that mic.
It's on.
Check that mic real quick. The one he was using. Obviously, that mic works now.
That mic works.
So if we can...
Jimmy did a mic check.
Take that one out of commission.
Test
and
1, 2.
Use the...
I'm taking that one out.
Use that mic. Please.
Should I?
Yeah.
No, I just took that mic out of commission.
That one's working.
Thank you, Jimmy.
Oh, sure. The old mic check worked.
That one should work. So, Poe, new suit?
Yes.
Are they making you wear a suit, or do you want to?
I want to.
Well, you're actually just voluntarily put a suit
No,
on.
the mic doesn't work. Hold on. The mic ain't working.
It's not working.
Let me check this one. Or Jimmy, just go into that one. Check the one. Now, why is that one working and that one isn't?
That one works.
Are you sure it's working?
Yeah.
I heard that very well.
Let me do another test now. I don't. People cover your ears.
Okay. Yeah. We got a big raise to
Well, that one's working.
All right, that should be working. The wireless.
All right, guys. Before we went over, Kenny.
Boy.
I
that one ain't working either.
Kenny, not working.
I'm not.
Kenny encouraged you to wear a suit?
He said dress to impress.
Yeah, well, that would be nice.
But would have been good.
The wireless is not working.
Yeah, I figured that.
All right, Paul.
All right, Poe. Thanks. We'll have to figure out the technical glitches and get you back in.
Guys,
Thank you, Poe. And there it is, the new well-dressed Master Poe.
I like it. It's a good suit.
Yeah.
Well, you're fighting it.
Fine suit. Kick ass. You can take that tie off, use it like a whip.
No.
Oh, no.
Paul, there's a question coming in. How many ties did you get with the new suit?
No, you got one.
There's nothing funnier than the door slam gag.
I had to slam it, though, before because I didn't want his fingers to get caught in the door. That's the only reason.
No, of course.
I went a little early with the slam of the door.
The door slam gag.
Jeff Garland is on the TV. I did Tough Crowd with him one time, and boy, did I get him in the dressing room with the old door slam routine.
Yeah.
Oh!
Did he appreciate it?
Absolutely not.
No?
Patrice, I think, was sitting there, and me, and there was a bunch of us, and I got him all revved up. Because I know him casually. I was like, we said hello, and I'm like, man, hey, how's everything been? You been on the road? Yeah, man.
And he couldn't take a joke?
Oh.
How can a comedian
from Curb Your Enthusiasm
not be able to understand how funny getting a door slammed in your face after someone asks you a question?
Because they would never look right at the door. They were it was just the way the green room at Tough Crowd was set up. Boy, Colbert loved it. He probably reacted the best.
Steve Colbert seems
loved
like
it.
the type of guy that would really get a kick out of
He
that.
appreciated it.
I want to plug his show, The Colbert Report, and it is Rapport,
not Report.
It's on after The Daily Show, and I find it funnier than The Daily Show. It's a great send-up of all these conservative political talkers on Fox News. Great show.
So his friends could stop in for a cold one.
Oh, that's
Thank you, Jay from Pennsylvania. Let's say hi to Mac in New York. Mac.
Hey, what's up, guys?
What's up, Mac?
I got to tell you, I caught the virus back after Christmas, and all these XM pussies who can't handle you guys blowing up, they can all go to hell. But I got to tell you, I noticed one thing this morning.
Yeah.
As you guys were doing the CBS show,
yep,
for the first 2 hours, I wasn't sure how to act myself. I was acting all prim and proper driving my car.
Well, Mac,
all of a sudden I heard shit, piss, fuck, fart. I felt so much better.
Yeah, Mac, I gotta tell you, right? It's our first day doing radio for terrestrial stations.
Uh-huh.
And then at 9 o'clock, you noticed, I guess, that we walked over here to XM to do another 2 hours for XM,
and we broke loose.
And you noticed a drastic change, right?
The fuck! I did miss the music. You guys said you're going to have a little walkover music yesterday.
Nah, we got over quick. We played a short break and just ran over.
Yeah.
But now I got to ask you an honest question.
It was flawless today.
I know.
The walkover was flawless.
I got to ask you, and I want you to be honest, Mac. Did you really notice any difference today from when we got on until 9 o'clock, and from 9 o'clock to like now, did you really notice a difference?
No, not really a huge difference at all, other than effing instead of fucking. That's a deal.
Did you? Let me ask you. Did the commercials bother you?
You know, I can't listen to terrestrial radio anymore after I got my XM anyway. So.
No, but I'm saying our commercial breaks. Did they bother you?
No, not so much at all. No.
So you didn't notice much of a change at all.
Anyway.
So this morning, when you're listening to us, and you knew it was terrestrial, you were expecting it to be a lot, cleaner or something?
Oh, well, yeah, you'd expect a little bit cleaner, a little bit more censored.
And you really didn't notice much of that. A little bit, but not much, right?
Yeah, just a little bit. I think you guys are fucking awesome.
Thank you. Wait, let me ask Mac a question, though. Did it surprise you when I did the kick a fat girl in the cunt line and it snuck through?
Nah, I just felt like it was
That's the beauty. They got the uncensored line because I heard they dumped out of that line this morning.
Where'd he go?
I don't know.
That was hysterical.
I didn't hang up on him.
What an idiot.
I swear to God, Mac, I didn't hang up on you. Something's going on with the phones.
That gentleman, he had a little bit of a problem. He didn't quite realize.
We start that whole mess tomorrow.
That starts tomorrow. He actually thought what we were doing this morning was on regular radio.
From 6 to 9. Yeah. All right, here we go. Here's some...
I'm sad.
Why are you sad, Jimmy?
I don't know. You know what cheers me up?
What?
People like what you have to say.
Oh, is that your box? Yeah, what does it say on it?
It's a box of tender sentiments.
They gave Jimmy a box of tender sentiments. So if he's ever feeling bad, he's just got to dig in and grab one out.
A tender sentiment.
What's today's?
People like what you have to say.
That's a nice, tender sentiment.
And I have a whole box of them.
Pull out one more. Let me read one. Shake it up.
Shake it up good.
Better not be the same one. That would be depressing.
You are a spark of divine love. You sure are tender.
Who made that for you?
I don't know, but I remember I said I need a box of tender
sentiments, and it was actually made. Anyone responsible for this?
Can you bring that to CBS tomorrow?
The whole room.
Oh, yes.
All right,
yes,
good.
We'll need it.
All right, here we go. Imus from yesterday.
When did Opie and Anthony start over to? Where are they going to? They're going to start over. Free. What did they call it now? Free FM. Used to be K-Rock, right, Lou?
Used to be K-Rock.
Now something else.
Free FM.
Okay. My boys. This all went down when you were gone, Mr. President.
I understand Howard's really excited for her. Howard's acting like Howard Beale on Network. Running to the windows and screaming out onto the street.
Yeah.
Why does it feel so bad when bad things happen to good people?
Yeah. That's all. Charles and I had this information we thought.
Exclusively.
Yeah. It turns out that apparently we were hoodwinked, right, Bernard?
Oh, yeah, once again, just come off like a couple of fools.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Well,
it was convention. Everybody knew.
Apparently Irene at the commissary over at the Kaufman Studios told Lou.
There was an audio tape, as I understand, from Dr. Al-Zawari. It's mentioning that...
Oh, they were gone.
Yes, in order to, establish a date of the tape.
Right, through a translator.
Right.
What the hell you think it was? You going to share recipes?
Well, no, but maybe he was threatening something.
And then he said, good luck, O&A.
Go on.
He did.
What about on Wednesday?
Infidels, good luck.
Imus just giving us lots and lots of promotion. Thank you, Mr. Imus.
We love Imus, man.
I think we're trying to get on his show. I don't know if that's going to happen.
That'd be cool. I would love to meet the guy. Opie's met the guy. Opie sat down or stood up, hung out with him a little bit.
He's surprisingly a really cool guy. Because he comes
off like a curmudgeon.
Well, he comes across
a little curmudgeon.
He comes across a little cranky.
A little cranky
on his show, but when you meet him in person, he's a really cool guy, and he's got some great Howard stories, man. Some great stories.
I'll tell you the time at NBC when I walked into his dressing room, and he was fucking Fred in the ass, and then pulled out and came in Jackie's face. yeah. That's something I haven't said on the air. It's 3 before 8.
I want to get a picture.
Sure, he's got some stories, man.
More Imus.
But this is a veteran CIA analyst. She had been in the White House during the Clinton years and a little bit of the Bush years, but then was moved back to the CIA in between, went to some think tanks, has an academic background, was about to retire, and the lawyers are telling me that most likely she can't be prosecuted. The evidence against her may be based on these polygraph tests, and that is not, as you know, presentable in court.
Did you hear about Opie and Anthony coming back to free radio?
Oh my God, that was the big news last week, wasn't it? That was the big secret that you knew exclusively before the rest of the world, except perhaps everyone knew about it at the same time. I don't know.
Yeah, we kind of got humiliated again. We thought we had some exclusive info, and turns out we didn't have. So, did you know about it?
I did not know about it until you reported it on Thursday or Friday.
Oh, well, okay. So, there's one. So.
There's a lot that I don't know.
He's using us as a prank now.
That is so goddamn funny. It's so serious, the conversation. That, hey, y'all.
You're boring me. Did
you hear about Opie and Anthony? Fucking White House reporters, man. Oh, Imus rules. God damn it.
Let's go to Michael in Reno. Michael.
Hey, how you doing?
We're doing great.
Yeah, I shot a man there just to watch him die.
Just to watch him die, babe. Yeah. Just to watch him die. Hey, I just wanted to say congratulations to you guys. I think it's awesome.
Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Michael.
I wanted to know, though, if you guys are getting your hack radio voices ready.
Not at all, Michael. Not at all.
I think that's why my throat hurts. I've been practicing in the hotel room trying to get my radio voice back so I can be on FM, free FM.
Dude, what is up with? Have you heard the commercial for the guy doing the 2060 sports program on XM?
Yes, I have.
Dude, did that hack or what? He changes right in the middle of the freaking sentence.
I actually don't know the commercial. I was just joshing, giving you a little elbow rib.
Oh my God, dude, he's like, it's like, I guess, two dudes, one's 20 years old and one's 60, and they're talking about the
it's the one with,
I hear it's a good show. It's James Carville. And it's, Tim Russert's son, I believe.
By the way,
talking about sports.
Jim Carville, shut up for a second, please.
Shut up.
Jim Carville, when we got fired, did a whole thing about what idiots we were, kept calling us Opie and Andy.
Right.
So I want to get that idiot on our phone line since he's an employee of XM and straighten his ass out. I want the clip of him when we got fired. I want what he said, and he's going to eat his words. Eat him.
He was supposed to be on the show, and he never. What happened with that?
What happened?
I want. Could Ben please come in here? Maybe Ben knows. I don't want to say anything bad. Maybe there's information that Benny Boy has that I'm not privy to.
Make that happen, Don.
That's right.
Dude, the old guy is totally hacked. Right mid-sentence, he's going, well, yeah, Rudy is a pretty good movie, but you can't go and say that's the greatest sports movie of all time.
What has Ben said?
How do you do that?
He said rescheduling.
He's rescheduling.
That was set up through Washington. He is rescheduling. So that's not when he gets here today.
Who?
James Carville.
We were supposed to have him a couple weeks ago.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
It's an XM. You know how we do the XM thing? He is on our list.
We got the clip of him somewhere that we can get before he gets on. E-Rock, the clip of him bashing us when we got fired.
Yeah, we'll find
it. And Eric, how about a clip of that commercial that we just heard about? I don't hear a lot of commercial clips. Do you, Ant?
And we also want to look at your diet.
That's right.
Everyone's talking about how they're losing weight.
I don't hear any talk of it. I certainly don't see any evidence of it.
Oh. E-Rock lost weight, though.
I know, he looks
good.
good.
Would you lose, like 10?
12.
Yeah, right. Go ahead.
Sorry.
Get specific.
12.
He's on the eat fat diet.
Would you...
Sorry, E-Rock. It was... It's a play off the
concerted effort.
Why did they have to make fun of him when he loses weight? I think it's a good thing, don't you?
He lost weight.
He looks terrific.
Let's go to Glenn in Connecticut.
He
More
sounds
of
lighter.
him to love.
Glenn.
Hey.
Hi, Glenn.
Hey, man.
Morning, guys.
Hey, Glenny.
I wanted to see that now that you guys are working...
The Glenniator.
Glennykins, what's going on?
That was funny for 5 seconds.
What's up, Glenn Gary?
Hey.
Go ahead, Glenn
I want
Ross.
to see if you guys now have one of those cool billboards now that you work at Free FM.
I hope so, sir. A cool billboard. How about this? We would like any billboard.
I think we're going to get all that now.
I have a good idea.
I know what's great about this deal for us. We win in the end because if CBS promotes us too much, XM's going to notice and go, wait a minute. And then they're going to have to promote us.
That's right. They're our embarrassment.
Because they're like, wait, all I see is billboards all over New York saying they're on a regular radio station. We now need, billboards all over New York saying they're on XM.
I see a joint effort, Opie.
I got a good idea for one.
Okay.
I think it should say
Hold
Jim
on.
Norton, May 12th at the Orpheum.
I agree, sir. All over Boston with David Tell. God bless. That was a damn good one.
I don't like that billboard.
I like it a lot. And I think the way it was going to happen, there's not going to be a joint effort. It's going to be CBS put up billboards and XM going, for Pete's sake. And XM puts up billboards, and then they realize that we're flops, and they both stop.
Could happen. They're going to realize they were hoodwinked.
That's right. Bamboozled.
That's the word I was going to use.
Well, it was a big X promo. You've been hoodwinked.
Bamboozled.
Run amok. Or was it run over? I don't remember. I'm not a...
Shock Jocks, Opie and Anthony are returning to a radio station near you.
The pair will now be heard on 92.3 Free FM. They're taking over for David Lee Roth, who took over for the king of Shock Jocks, Howard Stern. CBS 2's Tamsin Fidel has their story.
Welcome with open arms by the classic.
It took a little longer than a New York minute, but after nearly 4 years, Shock Jocks Opie and Anthony are back in the Big Apple.
It's almost like vindication after so long. Obviously, 4 years ago we were let go, but it's great to be back.
The pair has a long-standing history with New Yorkers dating back to 1998 when they arrived in the market. But in August of 2002, their show was pulled after they aired a live report of a couple having sex inside St. Patrick's Cathedral. Then 2 years later, they joined XM Satellite Radio, and now this.
I couldn't be more excited being from, Long Island to actually be sitting in this studio and broadcasting today. It's a dream come true.
This is big redemption for them. They always felt that they were, the second banana to Howard Stern, and they're not anymore.
On Wednesday, Opie and Anthony will officially begin broadcasting their show weekdays, 6 to 9 a.m. on 92.3 Free FM from their studios here in Midtown. Then they'll be on XM Radio for an additional 2 hours each day.
And I think we need that on the radios, especially on the free radio.
Why is that?
Satellite's just taking away too much from us. It's like cable. We all have it because we have to have it if we want to see anything, but I think we need that entertainment on the regular radio.
Actually don't know them, but so far here they got good material, so let's hope.
Now, the Catholic League released a statement saying, in part, Opie and Anthony made it clear that they regretted the St. Patrick's stunt. In short, the Catholic League hopes Opie and Anthony have a great run on CBS Radio. 92.3 Free FM is owned by the same parent company as CBS 2. Live in the newsroom, Tamsin Fidel, CBS 2 News.
Very good.
CBS 2 News.
One of the many reports.
Oh, they were pouring in last night.
But why'd they say that you were owned by the same company? It doesn't matter.
Oh, they have to.
They do?
It's legal. Whenever they're reporting on, a parent company or the same company, they must say, by the way, they tell us what to say and do.
Let's go to Julie the trucker. Julie?
Hi, how are you?
How you doing, Dyke?
You guys are scaring me.
Why?
Because Anthony's just slowly turning into the hole that you guys said you would never hire.
Yeah, I'm the hole until 9 o'clock.
That's right.
That's not funny.
Someone's going to have to keep us safe.
Lady, I'm sick. I don't feel good. I feel like I have a vagina today. I am a hole.
Is having his period today.
Yeah, but every time they say something funny and everything, you're like, guys, come on.
I know, it's hard.
I know. We're going to try to talk him.
Oh, guys.
Talk him out of this this thing he's doing lately.
Lately. Today. Kidding, I'm playing good cop in this whole CBS XM thing. Lady, you're blowing it for me.
All right, Julie.
Well, we love you anyway.
We love you, Julie. Julie, what are you hauling today?
I can't tell you. I'd have to come and kill you.
No, you wouldn't, and don't ever use that line. What are you hauling?
How awful is that? What are you hauling?
What are you hauling? We love knowing what the truckers are hauling.
A truck full of bad jokes?
Darn it, I was right there.
No, I can't talk about it.
Yes, you can.
You're not that important. Your load isn't that important.
It's not a Trident sub.
And we don't know where you are or who you are.
Really?
What is it for the military?
It's flammable. Let's just put it that way.
It's okay. You're hauling gasoline.
No.
You're hauling kerosene. You're hauling jet fuel.
You're hauling a minivan full of high school students.
Yes, that's it.
Oh my God.
Have a good day, guys.
All right.
Yeah, you do the same.
She's hauling something flammable and can't say.
The joke was pretty good, though. I may have to come and kill you. Well, when you drove up, we'd see what it was. And then we'd hide, so you couldn't. That's what we do.
Foiled her plot.
We look, and then we hide.
Where are you? You saw my load. Now I got to kill ye.
That's right. While she puts the flashes on, one of us would peek, and the other two would distract, and then we'd all hide and laugh.
I aims to kill you with it.
All right, Kaiser Blade.
Why don't we pass out the Kashi and take a break?
I've had enough Kashi.
He's just a boy. He don't need to eat that Kashi.
You like the way I talk. I like the way you talk.
Right?
There's one guy who does, it's in Pal Talk, and all he does is Billy Bob Thornton and Sling Blade. And I could see where it would bug people, but it makes me laugh every time.
Every time?
Dope talks. I enjoy it. And there's a guy who does Hank Hill. I don't know who you are.
Oh, yeah, he sounds just like him.
But I've only heard bits of it, but it's very amusing.
Yeah.
We should get...
Hello?
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 Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Hello?
Yo.
Hello?
Yeah.
It's Morgan from Houston?
No, it's Scott from Green Bay.
And?
Hello?
Yep.
Yeah?
Yes, you're on the air.
I want to know if you guys are going to get fired from CBS, if you're still going to be on XM.
Because it was Thursday.
What?
Exactly.
Morgan?
Yeah, this is Morgan.
Scott? Scott.
Am I on the air?
Yes.
Yes.
Hey, just wanted to tell you boys congratulations.
Scott?
Been an excellent listener. Looking forward to y'all's new format.
Scott, question?
Do what?
And to answer your question, we're not sure if the feed would reach that far, but they're working on it.
Yes. Scott?
Well, when you boys going to come down here for a live show?
Morgan.
Scott, you're on the air.
Yeah.
Morgan.
Well, if you guys get fired,
So what do you got, Morgan?
CBS.
When are you boys going to come down to
funny.
Texas for a live show?
What, Scott?
You guys
Morgan, you were saying something.
Morgan, go.
Yeah, I'm on. Can you hear me?
You're on.
Yes, Scott, go ahead.
Morgan?
It's Morgan from Houston, man. I'm just wondering when you boys are going to make it down south to Texas.
Wah, wah, penis.
Get it right.
Wah, wah, penis. Wah, wah, penis. Welcome back to the Opie and Anthony Show. Good, right?
Yeah, it was good.
That was very good.
It was like Johnny Carson bringing us back.
Yeah, I'll take one day off. Hey, listen, we've been getting some flack. We're trying to get a hold of some bunny rabbits. If anybody has rabbits, we've been catching a little bit of flack. We're doing a new hold the bunny rabbit by the feet and punch it in the stomach contest. We just want somebody who has a rabbit to maybe bring it in so we can hold its little feet and give its belly a few speed bag punches. Does anybody have any bunny rabbits that they can bring in that we can grab by the feet and punch a few times while everyone else points and laughs at it?
You stop.
All right, we're going to play this.
Post Road area out at the airport is usually a pretty crowded place. You often see kids out there watching planes land, airplane junkies out there watching aircraft as well. But according to a criminal complaint, one Richfield man went out there to have people watch him do something that many would consider rather sick.
They'll make the Alpha 7 turn there.
The Post Road parking lot gives people a good view of flights taking off and landing. But according to airport police, 33-year-old Brian Cords of Richfield was soliciting people online to come out here to watch him engage in a lewd act in his car. Police say Cords tried to contact people on the internet. He provided a description of his car when he'd be parked there. He also instructed the females to wave when they noticed him. That was his signal that his audience had arrived. But airport police, working undercover, pulled up alongside Cords' car. After he began the lewd act, officers arrested him. Airport police say they've had very few problems along Post Road over the years. The area is patrolled regularly by officers. Minneapolis police helped in this investigation. They caught wind of the email, according to the plane, and contacted airport police. The report says Cords has been charged with indecent exposure.
You can't just jack off on the side of an airport?
Wow. What's wrong with this country? Oh, that
internet thing, it's just getting everyone in trouble. That's what's happening. Everyone's in a frenzy, in a froth. They punch things up. They see things that get them all excited. Now they have contact with people. How would you, years ago, have gathered up females at a location to watch you jack it in a car? You'd have had to put up flyers.
Or a billboard or
something.
Yeah, something.
Yeah, there had to be some kind of communication involved. You're going through the supermarket parking lot, shoving flyers under windshield wipers.
I'm going to be jerking off at the airport later. You want to watch?
Watch me jacking at the airport? What?
Nothing.
Nothing. Watch me jacking at the airport? Ooh, yeah, what? You want to watch me jack it at the airport? Yeah, I'll be there. Where? Jacking it. Speaking of jacking it at the airport.
I don't do that bit anymore. You stole it from me.
I didn't steal it. Jimmy did.
Why? It was my bit. Why would I'm a big sex fan.
Why?
Why would you have to have women wave as a signal? How about this? Anybody who drops their drink and puts their hands up over their mouth and screams is watching you.
Yeah, he wanted some kind of confirmation that they were all psyched and like excited and happy to see it. Okay, start jacking.
You, me, and TWA, I just want to jerk off when you see me just wave. Stand in the shrubs and wave.
Well, that's kind of an odd arrangement.
That's a very strange story out of, I think, Minnesota or something. Well, the big story here in New York, I'm sure everywhere, it's on the front page of the Daily News today. That's Amaury.
Oh, I didn't even notice
That's
the funny
Amaury.
Headlines stink.
They really do. Bombshell suit claims Povich in affair with producer. X-rated romps behind scenes.
Uh-oh.
News at 11.
I hope it's not with some of the people, some of the burn victims.
Oh, yeah, to the Progeria kids.
You are special little Progeria. Maury, why are you touching me in that way? You're touching me where my bathing suit covers. Because you're a special little girl. It's just, the Progeria just makes you so hot to me.
You may be 4, but you have the body of a 60-year-old.
They're so mature for their ages.
Quick, let's get this over with before you age another 10 years. Maury, stop it. It hurts.
See the fucking helmet mark coming through the back?
He figured he could watch it through that translucent skin of theirs.
Yeah, it's like looking at one of those telephones where you can see all the wiring inside.
Figured fucking one of the aliens from the menagerie in Star Trek. The big hiney heads.
Figure the odds of a witness by noon is very slim.
I don't know what happened. We had him on the show. Kid's delusional now. He's spouting out all kinds of accusations.
He's got Alzheimer's.
His ass is bleeding. Of course, old people get hemorrhoids. What? He's 9?
Maury porno scandal, yes. Say it's not so. Say it's not so. Life behind the scenes at the Maury Povich Show is fit for an episode of the sensational program. It's permeated with the use of alcohol, pornographic videos, and parties inviting open and notorious sexual activities, an employee charged yesterday. In a $100 million lawsuit, wow, filed to Manhattan Supreme Court, associate producer Bianca Nardi charges that she was subjected to a hostile workplace and sexually abusive and intimidating conduct during the 5 years working for the hit daytime talk show. Some of the intimidating conduct allegedly came at the hands of producer Donna Benner Ingber, who the suit says is Povich's longtime mistress.
What? Where are these allegations coming from?
So Maury has a mistress, according to this, and the mistress is getting other women involved?
Me, you, Bianca, Connie, get together.
Of course, Povich has been married to Connie Chung since 1984.
Just squish a progeria kid under your boot if you want to. Call me. You are so hot. Yeah.
That's funny.
Sordid tale. See, they're so little.
Maury Povich Show spokesman said, "We have done a complete and thorough investigation of her allegations of harassment, and we are satisfied there is no merit to them."
Oh, goodness.
He wouldn't comment on the allegations of infidelity and said that Povich was unavailable for comment. And, of course, Chung is not talking. Nardi's lawyer, Bruce Barron, said his client was traumatized by the constant drama and harassment at the show and gained between 40 and 50 pounds from workplace stress.
Here it is. What a load of shit.
You fatso.
That's telling her.
Is E-Rock being sexually harassed?
He certainly is. Danny's whispering to him, I have mayonnaise on my cock and balls.
Hello, West Palm.
Why did they try to get Eric to suck their penises? That's sexual harassment. Why did they try to make your son suck the penises?
They don't treat him very nicely over there. I think he should move on.
One of the men said, hey, let's use his mouth as a fuckhole. That's no way to talk to your son.
E-Rock, did you have a lot of family members listening to us yesterday in West Palm Beach?
Yeah, all of them.
Yeah?
All of them heard it.
And what was the comments?
Eric, go.
It's like, wow, you sound like an idiot.
Oh, we heard idiot.
All right. Booze. So she gained between 40 and 50 pounds from workplace stress. Nardi said she first went to work for Povich back in 2000 and quickly found herself immersed in the show's Peyton Place lifestyle and poisoned atmosphere, which she blamed on the long-time intimate and sexual relationship between Povich and Ingber.
Yeah.
The suit says the show's executive producer, Paul Fahaber, was angry at the special treatment Ingber would get from Povich and took his frustration out on Nardi by forcing her to run a gauntlet? Shouldn't that be gauntlet, probably?
Gauntlet.
To run a gauntlet of sexually abusive and intimidating conduct. That allegedly included directing her to expose her breasts and have them photographed and shown on air?
Why don't you show those tits?
Just before she was a big fat pig. Now you're just a big fat piggy. What do you think of that?
She said things got even worse when she went to work for Ingber, a nightmare boss who would drunkenly call her home at all hours to discuss her personal relations with Povich and gab about other men whom she was secretly seeing.
Do you believe he's 67?
Doesn't he look great?
I think he's probably had...
He looks fantastic.
He looks good.
We've seen him up close in person.
He's almost 70 years old. I can't believe it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't believe any of this, to tell you the truth. I know Maury. We're good friends. And I don't believe it. I've seen him for about 15 minutes during the show here.
We love the Maury.
Love Maury.
It's going to be a great story, though. More details, I'm sure.
It sounds more like. The headline makes it sound like Maury was, chasing women around. But it's more like the show itself, the atmosphere of the show.
There's a bombshell claim there that he has had a mistress for many years.
But that had nothing to do with the mistress isn't suing him.
The mistress, though, was getting involved with this other person.
Right. The mistress seems to be the problem.
She was sexually harassing this other member of the show.
Why is this Maury's problem? If the atmosphere makes for a good show, if it's a sexually charged atmosphere, here's where sexual harassment's got to go out the window, especially where artistic things, and believe it or not, it is an artistic thing. It's entertainment, goes. If it makes the show work, and it has to be some kind of sexually charged atmosphere or offensive atmosphere, a lot of off-color jokes going on around that workplace, the people that work there have to know this and have to accept it or leave. You can't put a damper on that, or it's going to ruin the product.
I agree with Anthony.
Thank you. I've spoken.
Jimmy?
I was too busy reading the paper.
I
didn't hear a word of it.
I had such an intelligent statement that it probably would have went over your breathing strip anyway.
You're probably right, and I just wanted to say that this judge, this anti-police judge, this Laura Blackburn.
Oh, her. She's the one that let the one of the
guy hide, and she's completely anti-cop.
Yeah.
And I just want to say that I hate her guts.
Ooh, another tough statement by James Norton. What'd she do this time? The slow clap.
It was, there was a cop who was shot in a struggle with some, punk. And it said, the guy's name was Hodges. The punk's name was, his name was Hodges. He was convicted by a Queen's jury.
Yeah.
But, Hodges nearly dodged a bullet of his own in 2002 when Supreme Court Justice Laura Blackburn, a friend of his mother, ruled he had been denied a speedy trial.
How long was he sitting?
I don't know. But,
a week?
And while he was free, he was busted for biting another cop and convicted of assault. She's right now hopefully up for review.
Isn't she supposed to be thrown off?
I'm hoping they throw that pig off the bench.
Get her out of here.
Yeah.
I don't remember what she looks like, but I can imagine.
All right, it's time now for you to sound off. Earlier, we asked you who you thought could replace Howard Stern.
Okay, here are some of your emails tonight. Jason from Point Pleasant Beach, New Jersey says, Howard Stern invented the genre and will always be the best. Opie and Anthony will merely be filling his time slot. There is no replacing Howard.
Heather from New York doesn't agree. She says, yes, I think Howard Stern can and should be replaced. Opie and Anthony are cooler, and I'm sure they will be better. I think anyone is better than Howard Stern.
Well, Ginny doesn't agree with that. She writes, no one will ever replace Howard Stern. They are all imitators. He is the innovator.
All right, here's what Scott thinks. Howard who? Oh, yeah, the guy who takes 15 weeks of vacation and only works 4 days a week. I forgot he was still on the air.
And the last sound-off goes to Lisa. I am a fan of both Opie and Anthony and Howard Stern.
Let's make it
I don't think that anyone can replace Howard Stern. You can't duplicate an original like Howard and accept the results to be the same.
Those are your thoughts tonight. Thank you so much for your emails.
I was so hoping this one from Ramon.
Was that Ernie Anastas?
Yes.
I hate Ernie Anastas.
Ernie. He's been a fixture in New York news for years.
I'll say. Gives a shit. He has a stupid first name. I'm Ernie Anastas. That's my whole joke. That wasn't even. That was the beautiful thing about that joke is it was disguised as a boring statement devoid of humor.
Here I go.
Yeah, go ahead. Whoa! I bombed my Anastas off.
Hey, Duff, you're on the air.
What's up, guys?
What's up, Duff McKagan, everyone?
Oh.
Duff.
I'm barely up.
Really? Where are you? L.A.?
No, I'm in Nashville.
Oh, Nashville.
What's going on in Nashville?
Well,
you're not turning all your old songs into country songs, are you?
You know, I got up and I played last night.
Yeah.
With this country band. They just demanded I get up and play, and I was like, man, do you guys know any like Rolling Stones?
We're the good old boys.
It's great. And Scott's here with me, and we went up and down. You know, there's a Broadway. There's all these clubs, Tootsie's and Roberts and all this stuff. And,
wait.
Bunch of country bars.
Scott Weiland's on the phone too?
What? No, it's just Duff.
Oh, okay.
But he's with me out here. We're gonna be on this show, Nashville Star tonight.
Wait,
really?
Wait, so you're in Nashville doing what?
What's going on?
I'm so confused now.
What?
You went on stage to play with a country band, but you didn't really want to do that last night, but you did, and you probably did just fine.
I haven't got but yeah.
So what are you
not making any sense?
Well, what are you?
Yeah, you're going to be on a show, Nashville what?
Nashville Star.
And what? And is that a country show?
Yeah, it's a country show, man.
So what the hell are you going to do?
Well, let me just, I guess, preface this by saying I've been coming down here and writing country for the last, I guess, year and a half.
Really?
I come down here every few months, and it's great, man. I mean, a good country song is basically like a good old Rolling Stones song. So I was introduced to a few of the writers down here, and I started. I clicked, and I started coming down here and writing. And
Dude, Duff, you don't have to explain to anyone. You're like a true rock star. Scott Weiland's a true rock star. They're so cool they could do the country thing.
Yeah.
That's
people,
cool, man.
and people would go, wow, they are rock stars. You don't have to explain that the Rolling Stones had a lot of country stuff when they started and all that.
Yeah.
You're just Duff McKagan, rock star.
So we're going to be on Nashville Star tonight.
Isn't that like the country version of American Idol or something?
Well, yeah, but the talent, it sort of is, but these people write their own songs.
Yeah. Oh, really?
It's a different thing, yeah.
Wow, there's got to be some, like, people that you watch and just go like, yee-hoo.
Yeah, and, it's just fun, and, you only live once, and I'm going to be on the show tonight. They asked me to be on it, and I thought it was an honor, for Nashville. Kind of, it's kind of legit country thing.
So what's your role on the show? What are you going to have to do with these people?
I'm kind of mystified. The show's it tapes at 4 today, and I really still don't know. So,
are you maybe you're going to be helping them out, like if you got to interact with the singers and writers and kind of help them out?
I got my Buck Owens American acoustic guitar with me, and
Buck Owens, the late Buck Owens.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a shame. We used to watch him on the Hee Haw.
Were you a Johnny Cash fan?
Yeah, man.
Me too.
Johnny Cash and Marshall Tucker and Waylon Jennings and
I like the lady with the tags from her hat.
Minnie Pearl?
No, I was a big fan of hers.
Minnie Pearl.
Yeah, that was such a that was a wonderful thing she did with her hats, and the tag was still on it. It was cute. You gotta admit. Let's be honest with each other.
But also, Scott and I are down here.
Hey, is Nashville a cool scene like everyone's saying?
It is.
Yeah? Do they have like rock clubs down there too, or is it all about the country?
No, they have rock clubs, but I stay away from them. I just kind of immerse myself in the country thing while I'm here, the honky tonk, vibe.
Yeah.
And Scott and I are also down here writing some songs for the new Velvet record. They're just soaking up the thing.
You do realize you're in a band with one of the last rock stars, right?
Which one?
Scott Weiland.
Scott Weiland. I know.
I'm not even kidding, man.
I know, man.
Everyone else we talk about this all the time. That everyone else, they're just a bunch of posers at this point. All the cool lead singers are gone for the most part. We could argue about this lead singer and that, but in general, they're pretty much all gone. Scott Weiland is an original. He's a true rock star still.
Well, I gotta agree with you, and there's
he laughs at Rehab. He laughs at all of it.
It stopped. They just all of a sudden stopped, man.
Yeah.
We tell this story all the time, and it will probably bore the audience, but we went to Ozfest a couple years back in Philly, and all these really tough bands were performing, with Ozzy and stuff, and we interviewed a lot of these guys backstage and got to do the backstage hang. And these guys, they're all tatted up and stuff, but they're having vegetarian meals and making sure the water is pure and
mineral water.
And Anthony and I have been around long enough to see how it has drastically changed, but I don't know. We saw Velvet Revolver at the Hard Rock Cafe here in New York. You guys were unbelievable.
And loud.
Really?
Yeah, that was loud.
But you guys were tight as a band, too. I think it was the last show you guys did.
Yeah, I would hope we have been tight because I think that was at the end of 18 months touring.
Right.
Hey, do you think Black Sabbath really started rock and roll?
Not rock and roll.
That's on my question,
Jimmy. I thought you made an error.
Do you think they really started rock and roll?
Black Sabbath?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not in my book. No.
All right, good.
How
That's
about
all I
heavy-
wanted
how
to
about
say.
heavy metal?
Shut up, Jimmy. Shut up.
Heavy metal?
Yeah.
Man, I would kind of, I'd kind of go with Iggy and the Stooges myself.
Look at that.
I'm not really that familiar with them. You don't like Sabbath?
I love Sabbath.
Okay, cool.
But, as far as like the sound of like heavy metal,
yeah,
I think it was Iggy and the Stooges.
What years were they?
Zeppelin and Black Sabbath.
What years were Iggy and the Stooges? I'm not familiar with obviously Zeppelin, but I'm not familiar with them.
They go way back, Jimmy.
Huh?
Probably not as far back as Black Sabbath.
Iggy and the Stooges, are they 60s?
Yeah. The first record came out in 1969.
So it's right around the same time, right?
Right around the same time. It's neck and neck, but you asked me my opinion.
Duff, Led Zeppelin, or Black Sabbath?
Wow.
Come on.
Can I have like a stew of both?
No.
The Led Zeppelin or Black Sabbath? For me, Led Zeppelin.
Yeah, of course.
Zeppelin.
Very true.
Yeah.
But he wanted a stew, and you wouldn't let him have one.
You can't have a stew.
What's wrong with stew?
Well, now, hey.
So, Velvet Revolver continues. That's great. When's the new CD?
Well,
it's going to be a while, probably, right?
Yeah, it's probably when is it going to be coming out? Fall.
Yeah.
Fall.
That sounds good.
Summer, fall,
fall, summer, winter.
You really
or spring
when it comes out.
Duff doesn't
one
know.
of those.
Duff doesn't need to know.
Whatever.
He just writes and plays, and then someone finally tells him, "Hey, man, we're making an
leave me
album."
alone.
Hey, when was the last time you talked to Axl?
Axl, when's the last time I talked to him? It's been a long time, man. It's been 10 years.
Wow.
At this point, do you feel sorry for him?
Do I feel sorry for him? No. I mean, he seems to be out there having fun and doing his thing, and yeah.
What is it with him and like there was a Philadelphia gig a couple years ago, I think was like the last time they tried to do gigs and he just didn't show up. What is it? Does he have like some kind of a weird Carly Simon fear of performing? Why does he like not show up or is known for not doing that?
That's always been oh, my alarm just went off. Did you guys hear that?
That's your alarm?
Yeah. Did you hear this?
Yeah.
Rocking. That would have woke me up.
It's rocking alarm.
Hold on a second, guys.
Hey, what riff is that?
Wow.
What is that?
That's just some Nashville rock station.
Oh, okay. You just had it on the alarm clock or whatever?
Yeah.
All right, right on.
I don't think he's got a fear of playing. You guys have put me on the spot here on half a cup of coffee.
Well, we didn't mean to, Duff.
No.
I got to be honest. A lot of people want to know. We've had a good relationship.
I wanted to know a lot of times too. Let me be honest, man. We went out and toured, and it got. I had the same question you guys have.
I got to tell you, I was a huge Guns N' Roses fan. I mean, absolutely huge. It was.
Who wasn't?
It was like I was starting to get bored with music. And then Guns N' Roses came along, and then a few years later, Nirvana, and I was set. I was really, really happy. I'm like, okay, rock is coming back.
It started rolling there for a while.
It certainly did. But
Change, Nirvana, Soundgarden. There's just so many great records coming out.
Lane Staley, man, to this day, one of the greatest voices in rock. But I went and saw Guns N' Roses, and this is I think this is what Jimmy's getting at too. I used to get so frustrated. There would be times like a Skid Row or somebody would be the warm up, and then you guys would come on 2 hours later.
Or 4.
We got tired, and we had jobs the next day.
4 hours later, really?
Yeah, sometimes it's 4 hours later. Like, what was I don't think we're putting you on the spot with this. Like, what was the vibe backstage where we're waiting 4 hours out there for
the
you
rest
guys?
of the band? What's the rest of the band?
It was not fun for anybody.
Right.
It was not fun for...
Were you waiting for Axl to feel that it was finally time, or like he was just waiting for a sign from the aliens or something?
Or just to show up, yeah.
Oh, really?
A lot of times. And, it was very... trying,
I don't
but
doubt
then,
it.
of course, there was the nights everything would be magical. It was a band that had a lot of rub to it, but when there wasn't, I think that rub did create this magic, and without the rub, I don't know if we would have had that fierceness.
Yeah.
To the band, I don't think it would have happened. It could have happened any other way. So I don't look back and go, yeah, but if, because it happened and it was magical. You know, we would go on 2 hours or 4 hours later, or not at all. Sometimes
you had times where you were supposed to go on and just like it just didn't happen.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but you know, I think but
yeah. Well, yeah.
But sometimes it was just there were those times it was absolutely like breathtaking. Even if you were in the band, you know, you could feel like it was breathtaking. The chemistry. So I'm glad I was a part of it. I don't look back at it with any, you know, I'm not pissed off. I'm not anything.
Well,
my life's good, man.
It's nice because you're in Velvet Revolver now, so.
My life's, I'm in Velvet Revolver. You know, I'm sitting in a hotel room in Nashville. I got a beautiful wife and 2 little girls. You know, life is good for me.
Yeah, Duff, you seem like the type of guy that you don't even need it to be in like a huge band. Like you would be just as happy playing like I don't know, Sunset Strip in one of the rock clubs.
Not Sunset Strip. No, you know,
Sunset Strip was
like
too commercial.
School.
What?
I'd be happy if just like getting a graduate degree somewhere.
Really?
Easily.
And what?
Go to DeVry or something?
DeVry University. Thanks, man.
Get your degree
What's
in
your name
2
again?
years.
Where do you live?
Here's your degree.
I'll let you down, dude.
What would your degree be in?
Well, I went to school, finance, business.
Oh, wow, really?
Yeah, I'm fascinated by that stuff.
Imagine Duff doing your taxes.
Not taxes.
No accounting.
Not an accountant.
Like you want to be like a guy that tells people stocks to buy and mutual funds and stuff like that?
I could tell myself.
Yeah? You do any trading online? E-Trade or something?
I'm not a big trader, but I do. I have a portfolio that
Duff has a portfolio.
Yeah,
My God, what the hell planet are we living on where Duff has a portfolio?
On, dude.
Hey, let's
none of us are getting younger.
I know, time goes by, bro.
Let's brag about our portfolio to Duff.
Yes.
Their portfolio.
I keep mine very diverse.
Duff,
why do I even bring this up?
Duff, we invested in a fine company called Citadel Broadcasting.
Yes, we got in at the ground floor IPO at $19 a share.
Nice.
And realized that the elevator shaft went a lot lower than the ground floor.
Today it's trading at below $10.
$10.
Yeah, good. Nice move.
And bought more than just a couple of shares, Duff.
Yeah, you know how they say don't put all your eggs in one basket?
Did you put all your eggs in one basket?
Oh, well, a lot of eggs went in that basket.
Oh, man.
Nice work, gentlemen.
Yeah.
We must call up Duff, and he can tell us how to diversify our portfolio.
Now, is this also your employer company?
I was like,
no,
it was like an old friend. It's a whole twisted
okay.
mess. It's always somebody who says they're going to get you in.
Duff, he gave us the call like, hey, you know, I want to offer you in at the IPO price or whatever.
I'm going to do you a favor.
And Anthony and I were so excited. We're like, we're finally somebody that we're getting in. We're getting in. Not many people get this opportunity.
Couldn't be the guy from Google calling with the IPO. Could be that guy.
Yeah, right. There you go.
Yeah.
I went in, all in. Let's just
all in.
Let's just.
I'm gonna win.
I'm going all in.
Let's just put it this way: all in.
I got pocket aces. I can't lose.
I kept enough chips for maybe one other hand, just in case.
You're killing me, guys.
He just needs a chip in a chair.
All in.
See, Duff sounds a little bit more savvy about the whole thing than you do. Up.
Yeah.
Hey, well, you know, I understand getting excited about something.
You're taking care of yourself, though, as far as that goes. You know, you're not one of these blow all your money kind of guys. It sounds like, you know, you're being responsible.
Yeah, I just, you know, I go out and cop drugs every night.
You know, you do what you got to do.
Yeah, I got to do what I got to do.
Are you joking about that? Because you're legendary with the drugs and the booze.
Yeah, no, I'm joking about that.
Sort of,
absolutely joking about that.
My wife might be listening.
You can't mess around anymore, can you? You can't even joke about that stuff.
No, they'll come after you.
It just goes flat. It just goes boosh.
Yeah.
It's not even good.
An occasional.
Not good banter on the radio or anything.
Duff, what was your best buzz?
You guys didn't pick up on, we didn't go anywhere with that? No. Okay, go ahead.
No, what was your best buzz? Give us one good story.
Try the first one, right?
They always say the first one's the best.
Great.
But give us one story where you're like, I don't know, maybe at the American Music Awards, you were pretty sloshed.
Oh, yeah.
In 1989. But do you have one good story?
Well, I'll tell you about the American Music Awards, because that is pretty funny.
Okay.
So Slash and I, they go to the they invite us to go to the American Music Awards because we're up for an award. But you realize this is Guns N' Roses 1989. People think we were huge from the get-go.
Yeah.
And we weren't. We were, in 1989, we were an underdog band. Everybody thought we were filthy and dirty, and we got put on the list for some award, and there was no way in hell that we thought we'd win it. So they sent us a limousine, and Slash and I saw it as a great opportunity for free booze, and we didn't have much money yet, so free booze and a limousine were great, and we even got stunt girlfriends, man. Like they got
you
model
hot chicks that you walk in with.
It was great, dude.
Stunt girlfriend.
And
give him a good stunt fucking.
I didn't get it. What did you say?
Yeah, it's satellite.
It's satellite.
Oh, this is.
You could curse stuff.
Yeah, start cursing, man.
You guys?
Yeah, don't hold back. Yeah, fucking.
Oh, now let's start all over.
Yeah, we should start all over because I hear the pausing. That's where I think that's where the fuck.
That's where the fuck or shit would have been.
Yeah, you hear me going. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, okay. So the chicks and the thing and the limo, and we go down, and we're in the audience, and we're smoking in there, and we're drinking, and the fire marshals keep coming down. So we're gonna kick you out of here. You can't smoke in here. And we're like, okay, and the fire marshal takes off, and they start, then the show comes back. This is like a commercials, the fire marshal will come down to our seats, and say,
Oh wait, you're smoking in the audience?
Yeah. We're drunk,
Are you smoking pot in the audience?
No, we're smoking cigarettes.
Oh, just cigarettes and stuff? Right.
But it's at the, it's like at the Shrine Auditorium, and you can't smoke in there. You can't nothing. You can't.
They don't want to pan the crowd and see a couple of plumes of smoke coming up like it's the 50s.
Yeah, they probably...
Clark Gable's walking in now, and he's smoking a Lucky Strike cigarette.
Yeah, and we're smoking and we're drinking. We got like bottles in of course, like paper bags. Just complete white trash, And,
Class act,
and we got these gorgeous, well-dressed chicks with us, and we're not gorgeous or well-dressed or anything. And all of a sudden, man, I'm telling you, we hear out of this voice goes, and the winner is Guns N' Roses, like in slow motion. And Slash and I looked at each other and went, whoa. And a camera came and panned on us, and everybody stand up and, saying, hey, you two guys. And it wasn't, TV wasn't on 7-second delay or anything. That show wasn't at that time.
Yeah.
It sure was after that. Because every other word, was fuck.
Yeah.
You want to like the fucking thing?
I remember that one.
So that was the story behind that.
That was a biggie, yeah. Hey, man, fucking fans have been fucking fantastic. Want to thank our fucking producer.
Yeah, that's awesome.
You guys went off, man.
You guys are all fucking great. Fuck. Yeah. Yep.
Hey, you're a big fan of the Sex Pistols, I see, huh?
I am.
It was kind of weird. They bitched and complained about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
I didn't quite get that whole.
But it was weird because they don't want to be part of the establishment. But they had a press conference to announce they didn't want to be part of the establishment. I thought that was kind of strange.
It's all pretty, yeah. I'm good friends with Steve Jones, and you know what? I know he wanted to be a part of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame thing, and
but Sid Vicious is an asshole.
He's dead.
Yeah, good point.
But
oops.
Yeah, wow. Rock's a funny thing, man.
I fucked that one up really
Rock's
bad.
a funny thing, dude.
Yeah.
These guys,
right now.
we don't want to be part of the establishment.
Yeah.
But we'll go out and make a bunch of money on a 20-year reunion tour.
There you go.
Well, it's like when I was there honoring Black Sabbath, they actually read the letter that they sent. It was pretty funny.
Yeah?
Yeah. How they won't be a part of it, and they just kind of shit all over it, and the guy read it. And
oh, yeah, they really shit all over it.
All right.
That's cool though. You're known for being spit in the face punks.
It's not punk rock anymore though.
No.
You know, I mean that would have been punk rock, quote unquote. Like,
well, it's kind of funny when they call Green Day a punk rock band.
Yeah, that is funny.
I don't think you were supposed to get as much commercial success as Green Day did.
Yeah,
if you're a punk band.
I like the alternative radio.
Yeah.
Alternative radio. Alternative to what?
Exactly. It's all crap.
I
Yeah,
guess.
it's still the same.
Alternative is now the mainstream.
Yeah.
But that happens, and then
Do you
there's
guys
some
remember
new
alternative
somewhere.
radio back in the early '80s? Like it was college stations.
Yep.
Yeah.
Do you remember? And it was called alternative radio.
Yeah. And they
Yeah.
played all the stuff that commercial radio wasn't playing.
Exactly.
But now they're playing it, so how could it be alternative?
I'm pissed. Damn it.
They sold us a...
I'm going to go write a country song about it.
All right, Duff.
You do that. Duff, great talking to you, man.
Thank you,
Yeah,
mister.
guys.
Yeah, have fun in Nashville, and we look forward to the new, I don't know, Velvet Revolver
Coming
CD.
out in one of the 4 seasons that this earth enjoys.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And it's all good. All's good in Velvet Revolver land.
What, Slash coming back?
Coming back?
Well,
Where would he go?
I don't know. There's people calling up going to Slash out of Velvet Revolver.
Ah, jeez, you know these rumors, man. It's crazy.
Yeah.
There's a rumor. Dan, let 2 more seconds here. There was a rumor. I was on spring break. We also live in Seattle, my family. And we went up to Seattle for my little girl's spring break.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And somebody gives me a call. We're up at Whistler, snowboarding. It's just north of Seattle. Somebody gives me a call. Hey, man, you better. There's a thing on the website that says you're in rehab up in Washington.
Oh, shit.
And I look on this thing, and sure enough, there it says the blabbermouth. The source says that I'm in rehab in the mountains of Washington. And I was like, oh, great.
Jeez.
So I can't even go snowboarding.
Where'd that one come from? Just because you kind
I
of
don't know.
disappeared? Somebody speculated?
I have no idea, man. I have no. But
Well, you don't care about those rumors and
I don't
stuff.
give a crap. But I'm just telling you. That's how.
You should play up those rumors. Just start walking around with a whiskey bottle 24 hours a day.
I think I might just whiskey bottle and like smear some fecal matter or all around me and just walk into meetings and
Powdered
walk down
sugar
the
under your
street.
nose.
Yeah, why not?
What
We'll
the
call
hell?
you Ben.
Really? Hey, Duff, next time you're in New York, please stop by.
All right, guys, we'll do, man.
All right, it's Duff McKagan,
I
everybody.
love that city.
Right on.
Yeah.
Thank you, Duff.
All right, guys,
All
take
right.
it easy.
Peace. There
Bye.
he goes, Duff.
That's a rock star, Duff.
Yeah.
Give me a break.
A lot of those guys left.
Yeah, Duff's cool. It's easy to talk to and fun. That's what we like. Fun.
We like fun men.
Fun. And you see that? That interview right up until we told him he
Yeah.
could say fuck?
Yep.
Would have been fine on any other station.
That's right.
And
Sid
then we ruined
Vicious
it by
is an
saying fuck.
asshole. No, he's dead.
How did you? I think you knew that. How do you not know that?
I was
meant,
looking down
yeah.
at some bullet points and I fucked it up.
You meant
royally.
the other guy.
And then I had that very uncomfortable
Johnny
feeling
Rotten.
in my own freaking skin.
Why? It was okay. So what? You said the wrong name and
He had to
hurt
correct
his feelings.
He had to correct me and go, "No, he's dead."
He's dead.
You're kidding.
Yeah, that's how you answer that. You just go,
I was just talking to him. Oh, no.
That was a bit awkward.
Give
at that
my
moment.
condolences to Nancy. Oh, no. You're kidding.
Anyway,
Her ear got ripped off.
How did it happen? How did it happen?
guys,
Do impersonations.
after the break,
yes.
we talked to our third guest of the day,
Wow.
Jimmy Johnson,
Mm-hmm.
NASCAR superstar.
Had him on a couple of times. Jimmy's a fun guy.
Thanks. He's just kicking ass, and he's a friend of the
Totally.
show. That's amazing to
We
us.
got to get him in here.
That would be fun.
Yeah.
I wanna go for a ride.
No, you don't.
Why not?
I've seen a lot of these shows where they put a broadcaster in the passenger seat and they take him a few laps around a track.
Yeah.
You would shit yourself. You'd be screaming and shitting yourself because the passenger door is the one that's against the wall when they come out of these turns. And they are so close to the wall. When they come off the turn and into the straight, they're so close to the wall that you would absolutely be certain that you're going to hit it.
And I've heard they
And
only
you'd
go
scream.
they only go half as fast.
Oh
or
yeah, they're not
something.
doing
and it still
2
scares
bills.
the crap out of you.
They're doing a little over 100, and still you would not be able to do it. You would shit your pants.
I'd laugh and yell out the window, "Go faster!"
Jimmy
Faster, mister, faster.
Jimmy would just be yelling, tee.
I would have my face out the window like a puppy going, tee, while the wind blew.
Your little ears flapping in the breeze.
Just got sad again.
Why?
Oh, why, Jimmy?
Oh, quick. There's a box of...
I know why...
What are they?
Tender sentiments.
There's a whole box full of tender sentiments in front of Jimmy. He shakes them up.
When he gets sad, he goes to his box.
There's a little hole in the top. Pull one out.
Ooh.
And read it, and you'll feel better. What does that one say? It's a tender sentiment.
You are special.
How nice.
It's tender.
And it's a sentiment.
What's wrong?
Tried 3 times.
Yeah, my brother, man.
Problem?
Well, my brother's a huge NASCAR fan.
Yeah.
Your sister is a huge Ace Young fan from American
interviewed
Idol.
Ace from American Idol this morning.
And I figured that was a good idea, and I put the word out to get my brother on the phone.
Yeah.
He owns that restaurant in Huntington called F.H. Riley's.
Who does?
My brother Brett.
Oh, Jiminy
Oh, my
Cricket.
God.
And I think a bunch of us will be there all weekend long. It's 400 New York Avenue in Huntington.
Cool. I will actually be there May 12th at the Orpheum in Boston with David Tell. And by the way, I think we need a box of humiliating statements for Hawk to pull out and read when we are on the air in West Palm Beach.
Look at them chuckling and thumbs upping in that room over there.
A box of humiliating statements.
It's it's our new cute bit.
So when we have to go E-Rock, he's got to reach in and read one.
Humiliating. When you're feeling too good, you reach into those humiliating sentiments.
Will the boys be taking out the sentiments that you've read?
No.
And adding new ones?
I think maybe they should.
I think new ones should be added.
Yes.
But how about this? If I accidentally read one twice,
yeah,
I get to take the gentleman of choice and twist his testicles until they bleed.
Just don't pick on the guy that will enjoy it.
All right. Should be Derek. Derek's the quiet queer of the group.
Imus from today.
Opie and Anthony start tomorrow on, it's not K-Rock, whatever the hell it's called now.
Free FM.
Free FM.
Yeah.
Okay. And Opie said that they would be talking to Stern's audience, and Stern would not be able to because of... But I would point out to my friend Opie that that's why we hired you, is because Stern's audience is no longer there. You have to get them back. That's what we want you to do. So, anyway, they start tomorrow morning.
All right.
And they'll be on Free FM for 3 hours, and then they do 2 more on XM.
Oh, I see.
And the whole thing is on XM, I believe. I think that's the way that works. So.
Okay.
Well, it was a good idea.
All right, Imus.
Thank you, Imus.
Gets it all right.
Thank you, Father. Thank you,
Daddy.
Father.
Imus is like Daddy.
All right. Blah, 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 blah. You're checking out the Opie and Anthony program on XM Satellite Radio. Tomorrow's the big day for us. I hope everyone bears with us for a couple weeks as we figure out this whole thing.
They will. Where are they going?
Bluetooth sucks.
Oh, no.
What happened, Jimmy?
It never works.
But it works for everyone else.
No, it doesn't. It's shit. That's why people yell so loud. The volume on it is low, and every time I answer my phone, it doesn't go through my Bluetooth, and I hit the button to turn it on, and I'm going, hello, hello, like a retard.
Why is it called a Bluetooth?
It's not in your mouth.
It's not blue, and it's not a tooth.
You know why they call it Bluetooth? Because it's blue like blue balls. It's frustrating and worthless.
And with that, we say hi to Jimmy Johnson.
Oh, hi.
Jimmy?
Yes.
Hi, Jimmy.
Hey, Jimmy, how are you?
How are you?
Man, you guys are angry about Bluetooth, huh?
Jimmy's got a problem with Bluetooth. Not you, Jimmy Norton.
It's just very frustrating, and I was trying to talk to my agent about all of the money I'll be making.
You wear that big pod on your ear?
What's that?
You wear that big ugly pod thing on your ear?
Yeah. It's actually a small thing, but it's helpful because I'm afraid of getting a tumor from these stupid cell phones. I don't trust them.
Everyone's going to be walking around with the tumor. They're all like the Borg, trying to be assimilated with your stupid
You
Bluetooth.
still can't prove that it gives you a tumor, though, right?
No, they haven't proven it, but I mean, I believe, somebody said it, and I think it's fact.
Neither does smoking Lucky Strike cigarettes.
Right, yeah.
tears the filter off and smokes a Lucky
That's
Strike.
right.
But
He's got lung fever.
Hey, Jimmy, we're going to go right to the phones because Ribbon Rider has a very good compliment for you. Ribbon Rider, what's up?
Hey, how you doing?
Good.
Hey, I just wanted to tell Jimmy there that really dig his show, and the day that he addressed about him and Jeff Gordon be a couple of queers, that's what got me hooked on it there.
Jesus Christ. I don't think that happened.
No, we were making fun of the fact that
Yeah.
the people want to give Jeff a hard time, and the latest thing, his beautiful model girlfriend is on top of his boat topless, and he's sitting there rubbing lotion on her back, and people still, it's on the front of the Enquirer, and people still want to say that the man isn't straight. It's like, come on, people, what are you looking at? Come on.
What do you need this guy to do, right?
That's pretty funny, man. I would listen to that show. It's on Thursdays. I would listen, but it's only a half hour.
I know. We're working hard. I need some help from you guys so we can get a longer show.
Jimmy, we're already working 5 to 6 hours a day now for XM.
Oh, my God.
I know, exactly.
18
I'm so sorry for you guys.
Exactly.
No, I'm having a blast with the show. It's been a really good outlet for me to let people see my personal side, to let people see what I'm about. Our sport is very big, and there's so much corporate involvement that I'm learning that who I am has been diluted a little bit because of the corporate face that I have to put on and the things I have to say and do and be, and the show's been a great way for me just to be myself and let everyone see what I'm about.
You know what else is really good about this for you? It's giving you training. One day when you decide it's time to retire, you'll be able to step into the world of sports commentary, and you'll have all kinds of practice. Yeah,
possibly. I haven't thought of that angle, but
I have. I want to syndicate you 50%.
Perfect.
Hey, Jimmy, we don't know much about NASCAR. We don't try to fake it. You know that, right? But we still get along with you, and I love that fact. I'm looking at some bullet points here. And, of course, I did know that you won Daytona 500. I actually watched that race. It's probably the only race I watch every year. I take a peek here and there because my brother, who has his restaurant, he has NASCAR on every Sunday.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
At his restaurant?
Oh, he's a huge NASCAR fan. He runs F.H. Riley's 400 New York Avenue in Huntington. But who cares about that, Jimmy? So you win Daytona 500. Here's the question: you have to use another car because they took your car away because you won Daytona?
Yes.
Do they do this every year?
500. Yeah, they do this every year. It's a good problem to have, but once it happens to you, you're like, man, now we got to build a new race car. A good one with that in mind. So after you win that race, the next day on Monday, they have a big ceremony where they bring the car into Daytona, USA. Just as it left Victory Lane, so all the confetti is still on it. They take it from Victory Lane. NASCAR does its post-race inspection. We have to put the car back together exactly how it was. And that thing rolls right in there Monday morning and sits there for a year, and we get it back after the Daytona 500 next
year. Give your car up for a year?
How bad does that suck? Because I know enough about the racing that you fine-tune these cars and get them just right, and then just when you win Daytona 500 because you're performing well, the car's performing well, they take your car away.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah, fortunately it's been around a long time, and we go down there hopeful that it takes place, and we know exactly how to replicate that race car, and we've been working hard, built a brand new piece. It's been in the wind tunnel countless times, and through all the different testing beds that we have to make sure that it's as good as, if not a little bit better.
I know a little bit about it's Caddy Jimmy here. I have a V6. Was your car V6 better?
V6.
I want to know.
What's that?
I have a V6. Is that comparable to what you drive?
No.
A V6.
What's the overall horsepower? What'd you say?
I'm not too sure. My friend knows. I don't know. I just drive. All I care about is luxury and looks.
I'd say guessing 200 horsepower, somewhere in there.
Probably.
No, not my Caddy. Caddy's 3,500.
So it's a V6, right?
3,500.
3,500.
3,500 horsepower.
Jimmy Johnson, I am sorry. You are speaking with an ass.
Yes. I want to talk. I'm Caddy Jimmy. I drive a fancy car, and it goes fast.
You drive a Caddy with a V6 in it?
Yeah,
I do.
Believe it.
Dude, that thing's got to be so slow. It's a sled with a V6 in it.
It's slow like the driver.
What are you doing, Jimmy?
What am I doing? Zipping around town. I got so many horsepower. I don't know what to do with it.
No,
he outrun those the hybrid cars at least.
Yes, I do outrun the hybrid car.
Yeah. All Jimmy really needs horsepower for, and it's not much. Speed-wise, is to slowly pass by hookers with the window half down.
Yeah.
So he doesn't really need a big V8.
Well, we're still doing our radio show.
Oh, someone on the phone now?
Leslie Moonves is on the phone to talk to Anthony and I, but we're still broadcasting.
Is that Les Moonves?
Hello?
No, it's probably his assistant.
Yeah. Huh?
Hold on, Mr. Johnson.
Sorry, Mr. Johnson.
Yeah.
This is the head of CBS. Yeah.
Oh, ma'am? Yeah,
Attaboy, Ope. Way to straighten him right out. That's what he does. He hangs up on people.
You don't hang up on a man like Les Moonves like that.
Who is on the phone? That's
button.
Yeah.
Sorry, Jimmy.
Oh, that's right.
No problem.
We're kind of in the headlines today, and a lot of people want to talk to us.
So I got a V6 because I didn't want to. What happens was for gas mileage, and to be honest, I live in the Big Apple, and how fast am I going to go in New York? You can't really go that fast.
You go upstate?
No, how often?
You ever go on gigs somewhere? You go to Poughkeepsie?
Let's be honest. Jimmy needs his car to go nice and slow as he's circling the block.
That's it.
I just wanted to talk. I don't know as much about cars as Jimmy Johnson, so I wanted to ask him a couple questions. That was all.
No, it's all good.
That should have got more than it got because you're circling the block looking for ladies.
Oh, no, it was kind of cool when Ant did it a minute earlier.
Well, I was on the phone with Les Moonves' secretary.
You think that one was going to slip by me?
Yeah.
That the Jimmy driving slow joke because he's patrolling
for hookers? But I didn't hear because the phone was ringing and I had to talk to Les Moonves' secretary.
Well, I was busy talking to our guest.
Right.
Who was our guest?
Mr. Johnson.
Jimmy Johnson.
We're talking cars. Two men talking about cars.
Did he really tell that joke?
He did, of course.
Oh, on the replay, I'm going to look like an ass.
Am I really an ass for getting a caddy with a V6?
I wouldn't use the word ass. I'd use fool.
All right.
I'll accept fool.
Buffoon.
All right. With that, let's say hi to Ken in Florida. Ken, what's up?
Hey, O&A, the new kings of all media. Jimmy Johnson, question for you. You're a classy driver. What do you think about these goddamn girlfriends and wives in the pits getting involved in this shit? I'm so sick of looking at these broads. It's all about you guys. They're just like, trying to get all this attention, and I'm sick of it. What's your opinion?
What's their job in the pits, by the way?
They just sit up in the box and... Sorry, man.
Yeah, they just really sit up there to support the, their husband that's on the track. Some of them take notes and stuff of what goes on during the race and take lap times and stuff. But really, we have computers that spit out those lap times and give us all of that.
Yeah, not like the old days of the table with the stopwatches. And...
Yeah, the sundial and documenting everything. So
what's wrong with sexing up the sport, though?
Nah, they just come in there. They're trying to get TV time.
You're right.
It's really annoying. You had half of them crying when their husband wins. It's so lame to watch. It's all about the race.
Half of them crying when they hit the wall.
Well, I can say that there are more cameras around than you could ever expect. And if one of the wives is getting a little teary-eyed because their husband's going to win a race, you can't really control that. We all know women get teary-eyed over the craziest things. But going to another pit box, I think NASCAR handled it correctly.
Do they show the guys tearing up when?
Well, that's not what a guy's supposed to do. I mean, ladies, on the other hand, we all know we sit in a movie and watch a movie with them, and a part that might be a little bit emotional turns into a water fest next door with your girl crying. So
yeah,
the best is when it's a porno and it's a facial and she gets emotional.
You did not just go there.
Yeah, that's Jimmy Norden.
Old Jimmy Norden.
Wow.
Horrible.
All
right, let's go to Brad in South Carolina. Brad.
Hey, Jimmy Johnson, what's up, man?
Hey.
I got two questions for you. You guys are going to Talladega this week, and they're taking the front bumper from you, but they're leaving the back bumper stiff. So you guys going to be checking up to kill the guy behind you or what?
Potentially. I think in practice we'll get a better understanding how strong the bumpers still are. I mean, those things are pretty tough. I think it's going to help to a small degree. Most of the crashes come from the side drafting and trying to cut each other off to fit into holes that really aren't there. So, I'm waiting for drafting practice to see what happens. I think we'll all be out there bumping each other just to see how strong those things really are.
Do you think you're going to see a lot of people out of the race this Sunday?
At Talladega, the potential's there, man. One wreck takes out 15, 20 cars, so no telling. I think all the drivers are getting the point. NASCAR's not going to put up with this stuff. They're going to change bumpers. They're going to make judgment calls on you if you're out of control. So we're we're all adjusting accordingly.
So they're doing the cars up so that if you're trying to bump somebody, it's going to be detrimental to you by smashing up the front of your car.
Yeah, because the cars are so sensitive with the air coming around them. A small dent in the body really changes it. And there's also the ultimate problem. If you hit somebody hard enough, it'll knock the radiator or punch a hole in the radiator, and then you're going to the back.
Then you're done.
Yeah. Let's go to Dugout Doug. Doug.
Hey, Jimmy, how you doing today?
Oh, good, thanks.
Good. Hey, any truth? Did they solidify that rule that they're going to make all the cars the exact same in the next year or two?
Yeah, the car of tomorrow will be. I think we're going to have a partial schedule with it next year starting at Bristol. They're not going to have us run them on the intermediate tracks until they get them sorted out a little bit more, so it'll be short tracks and super speedways, and then the downforce tracks will follow in 2008.
Jimmy, how do you feel about that? I mean, the cars are different makes, but now they're all going to be identical, so it's really just a sticker as of the future, right?
Oh, good question, Doug.
They're definitely limiting some of the technology that we have today and making the cars almost look like an older 1980s car that was out there.
Isn't that just the old IROC race they used to do?
Yeah, to a point. I mean, it's not as bad as that, but their big push was a safety push for this car of tomorrow. It's much taller in the driver's compartment, a lot more room side to side. We need more.
Does it fly? Does it fly, Jimmy? Because then it's truly not the car of tomorrow.
It looks like a rock. It looks like a box. It looks like a shoebox. I don't think this thing
you know what, Jimmy? As long as they keep the darkies out of the car, right, buddy?
Jesus. Dugout Doug. Dugout Doug. I got to apologize for him. One of the biggest racists on the phones.
Yeah,
what an ass. When is the 6-foot rear spoiler coming back?
Oh, good question, Anthony.
6 inch or 6 foot?
6 foot. I want to see like the old ones on the old Cudas.
Yeah, the big wing back there, yeah.
That was a good idea for 5 minutes.
Hey, we got Michelle on the line from Vegas. Michelle?
Hey, guys, what's up?
Hi, Michelle.
Jimmy, I had a question about the car tomorrow.
Right?
We've been getting the driver's views on it, but what have the crew chiefs been thinking about it?
The crew chiefs are semi-frustrated.
Very
because,
interesting, Michelle.
You can't really... their hands are being tied. All the creative input that the crew chiefs have. NASCAR's making rules left and right. We've had, I think, 4 rule changes already since the year has started. So these guys can't engineer things. And NASCAR ultimately wants an IROC series where all the cars are the same and it's just up to the drivers.
Yeah.
And that's just going to be boring in the drivers' minds and the crew chiefs' minds. This is big-time auto racing. We need to have some flexibility. Yes, money's going to be a problem, but that's racing. It takes money to go fast.
I've always thought of auto racing as the skill of the entire team, and now it seems like they're taking the team out of it and pretty much putting it all in the driver's hands.
Yeah, it's slowly heading that way, and they do recognize that, and they're trying not to do it. But their big goal right now is they don't want to have NASCAR racing so expensive where teams don't show up. If you watch Formula One today, you pretty much know it's going to be a red or blue car that wins, maybe a silver one, and there's only 10 or 12 cars on the racetrack, and they don't want
afford to race, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Gary?
they're caught in the middle.
Gary, last question for Jimmy Johnson.
Hey, Jimmy, yesterday we had Smoke and Elliott out here tire testing in Indianapolis. When's Chad going to put a car together for you so you can roll across the yard of bricks?
Well, we would love to be there testing. Unfortunately, Goodyear has only a few tire tests a year. They selected teams, and with NASCAR's help, they try to keep it equal and try to use every organization. I did a tire test for Goodyear at Lowe's Motor Speedway 2 or 3 weeks ago, so that's really the one tire test we get for the year.
Yeah.
And we're just kind of hoping we get another one down the road. Testing is very tough this year. NASCAR has it controlled. We only have 5, and then we're lucky to get that one tire test from Goodyear.
Good tire test question, Gary.
Yeah, Gary's gone. Jimmy Johnson, we only have a minute left in the show, so thanks again.
Thank you. Continued success.
There's a buzz on your radio show. It's on Thursday night, 7 to 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time on XM 144.
Appreciate it, guys.
Talladega. Good luck, bro.
Opie Anthony and Caddy Jim and Hawk.
Caddy Jim. Was a little
I don't even know what to say.
Yeah,
Thanks,
I wouldn't either. Thanks, Jimmy.
Thanks,
Later,
Jimmy.
guys.
All right, Jimmy Johnson, everyone.
I can't believe my joke got nothing, by the way, before.
Which one?
When you said women tend to tear up over certain things, and I said, yeah, a right hook.
Oh, I didn't hear that. Of course I would have laughed. Domestic violence humor? Come on, it's a scream.
It was brutal. It was clean. Now we're off to do this thing over at the other place.
Yeah, we got to go back over there now. Dean in Jersey. Dean?
Yeah.
Dean.
Dean, you ass.
He said I messed up your joke.
What happened?
When I repeated your joke,
Oh.
I guess I really I botched it bad.
Just repeating it is bad enough.
Tomorrow we start on the terrestrial radio stations in the morning, simulcast on XM, and then at, like 8:50, we walk over here and continue the program. Thank you.
The Opie and Anthony Show. Program complete.